welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today is Creators Corner with I Shot Him Six Times, my good friend Marcus. How you doing, Marcus?
What's up, Katie? How you doing tonight? Real quick, I gotta say, I'm gonna need you to make me a new intro.
Sure,
Like seriously, like that is a cool intro you have, and I'm due for an upgrade, so we'll have to collaborate on that.
sure, yeah. You just tell me what you want, and I'll make you one.
All right, cool, yeah, because it's a little overdue. You know what I mean? I've had the same one now for what, like I want to say 6 to 8 months, and I'm always
Hmm.
trying to maneuver stuff around, especially when it comes to stuff like that, like intros, outros,
Hmm.
transitions into videos and stuff. So yeah, we'll definitely have to talk about that because that entrance is cool.
Thank you. Well, you know what I did, right? Because I'm not really good with the editing. So I took the gifs, like gifs that people have,
Yeah.
or whatever, or gifs, whatever people call those. So I just took the gifs and I made them like that.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. That's interesting. I never thought of it that way myself. You know, like, I, and that's the thing, about a content creator, you learn as you go. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And stuff like that. But then there's certain things that it's just like, I don't know, I might need some help on this one. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and
Hmm.
stuff like, and that's the thing, about, me being a content creator is I want to get better at that type of stuff. I want to know how to put
Hmm.
motion arrays and stuff like that together. You know what I mean? Stuff
Right.
like that. It
Hmm.
fascinates me.
Right. But yeah, so it's actually gifts of movies that I like, and I just put them all together.
That's tight. I love the Goodfellas one. I saw that and I was just like, yeah.
Oh, I love Goodfellas. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Such a good movie. That is such a good movie.
Besides
It-
besides Halloween, Halloween's my favorite franchise in horror,
right.
and gangster movies. Goodfellas is my favorite.
Nice. See, I
Hmm.
love that because we're on like the same trajectory, Katie. Like growing up as a kid, it was horror movies and gangster movies, literally,
Hmm.
like Scarface, Goodfellas, Casino.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a couple other ones too, like even
Right.
urban ones like State Property, stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like,
You know Craven,
hey,
our good friend Craven. His favorite's Carlito's Way.
Curly goes away,
No, Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way, another one. Oh,
That's
that's a
Craven's favorite.
yes, that's a
He
great
made
one.
me. He
We're
made
gonna
me.
have to get together for a live watch party with Craven on that.
Yeah. So he was like, review Carlito's Way, and I said, okay, I love that movie. Okay, I'll review it. So I reviewed it like a few months ago.
Such a good movie, man. I love that
Right, TJ?
opening. I love the opening when he's in the courtroom. He's like, "I'm reinvigorated,
Yeah.
reassimilated, and soon to be
Mhm.
relocated." I'm just like, yo,
Right.
he's so good. And Sean Penn, a young
Mhm.
Sean Penn, they had a
I love
great
Sean.
cast period in that movie.
Hey, TJ. Oh, you're first today. Nice. Where are we at? I'm at my house, and so is Marcus.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody in the chat?
Hey,
Hope you're all
Tino.
having a great night.
What's going on? Goodfellas is such a classic. I watch it over and over. Me too.
Man, like that to me, for me,
Hey,
it's
Echo.
Scarface, Goodfellas, and Casino.
Yep.
Because
Me too. Hey,
Casino,
Nick. Guys, go check out Nick's channel. He has an awesome channel. Go check out Nick's channel.
I think I did subscribe to Nick. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me check my phone. I
Go
think I
check out
seen Nick one of the
Nick's
last live
English
streams
horror
that you
channel.
had.
His channel's awesome. Um, but yeah, so I also put the other night I had Dan, Mr. Dan at horror. You know who Mr. Dan is, right?
Yes, I'm pretty
So
sure.
so I had Dan on, and he was like, "What is that in your intro? Towards the end there, because not too many people know what towards the end is. It's Dick Tracy towards the end." And he's like, "Is that Dick Tracy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Not too many people review that movie or know about that movie."
Wow. See, I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Okay, you have to watch it. We're okay.
Okay.
Once I get out of recovery from my surgery tomorrow, sometime next week or the week after, we'll do a Dick Tracy watch party on my channel. You're
Okay.
coming, Marcus.
Okay, so I found Nick's channel. I just subscribed. I thought I did already, but now I am subscribed. So there you go, Nick.
Mhm.
Definitely going to check out your
Nick, if you
content,
wanna
buddy.
come on that live stream with us and do a watch party of Dick Tracy, you're more than welcome to. But, I'm not lying. You do have a great channel. Stop it. Stop it right now. I'll come over to the screen. No, I'm kidding. Sean Penn's hair is wild. Yes, it is wild in Carlito's way. You know, I also really like Sean Penn and Mystic River.
I haven't seen that in a while, but from what I recollect, it was a good movie.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Sean Penn, yeah, he was great in
Hmm.
Carlito's Way. You
Yeah.
know, it's that's such a damn that ending always gets me. It
Me
does
too.
because you're right there.
And
You're
then and
right.
then I of course I had to put it Psycho because that's one of my favorite like horror
Oh yeah,
like old horror movies. So I had to put I had to put Michael in there, and then I had to put you know what I'm saying like another one in there, and Nick
right.
same things. All right, awesome. Nick, do you have my Instagram? I'll give it to you. And I don't know if I follow you on there. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then that way, when we decide to do it, um, we can all watch it. Let's see, how do I share it? Because I
Boy
don't.
say, what my boy say? Remember me, Benny Blanco from the Bronx?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn Benny Blanco, man. John Leguizamo, he's another one though. No, he's
Mm-hmm.
another great actor.
Yeah, he is.
You ever seen that movie? It's like a gangster movie, Empire.
Yes.
Oh, underrated. So good. Such a
Yeah, it
good
is.
film.
There's so many good films out there.
Hmm.
What type of films inspire you?
Well, obviously horror tops the list. That's my baby right there. I absolutely love horror because you get everything with horror. You get the thrills, you get the kills, you get the laughs, you get the
Mhm.
cries, you get every bit of emotion that you get from
Mhm.
fear, from having that fear.
Right.
But if I'm gonna have to say what comes behind it, it would be it would be gangster movies, comedy, but then as my dark horse, I love sports movies, boxing
Oh, we're
specifically.
we're we're on the same. Wow, that's funny.
Yes,
We're on the same page link. Oh, thank you, Dino, for subscribing to Nick's channel. We're on the
that's what's
same.
up.
So our genres of movies are the same.
Yes,
That's
I
funny.
absolutely love
You never
boxing films.
watched you never watched Dick Tracy either? Wow, Dino.
Yeah, but like I said, that's a name I've heard of, but I
Nick,
never.
there goes my Instagram if you don't follow me. I love Jump like Gazamo, and yeah, I did too. That was a good one. Romeo and Juliet
Uh,
with Leonardo.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never cared to watch Romeo and Juliet. I mean, I just
But
that was
that one has a more modern twist to it.
okay. I never cared to watch it.
They
The
they
only
made
thing I know about any modern Romeo and Juliet is that Master P, the rapper, did a song called Romeo and Juliet, and it was a rap song. That's
yes,
it.
rest in peace, Trent Williams. Do you know who
Trent
that is?
Williams, football player?
No, an actor.
Oh, you mean Treat Williams? No shit.
Yeah, he passed away today.
Wow. Wow, that's some bullshit. He
Hmm.
still had some years left in him. He wasn't that I wonder what happened. I wonder if it was a health issue.
He got killed in a motorcycle accident. He was in Virginia
Wow.
and got killed on a motorcycle accident.
Wow,
And
that's
then
sad.
and then also I just lost a really good friend and actor on Saturday. He was killed in a car accident as well.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear about that, Katie.
It's
That's
okay.
sad.
His name's Dylan Dennis Mallon. He did this movie called Mad Hatter, and he was also in the Super Bowl commercial. He was in with Venus and Serena during the Super Bowl commercial. He was
Oh,
in that one.
okay. Is that the one?
Mhm.
Wait, is that the one? Wait, is it with both sisters or just one of them?
I think it's one of them. I think it's
Is it the one with the
Serena.
TV?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's got the woman sitting next to him, and
Mhm.
everything's coming like Serena comes to life, like and all that
Yes.
shit through wow. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Hey,
Like,
Sean, how are you? He was
well,
epic in Deep Rising. Yes, he was. He also played on a lot of Hallmark movies recently in the recent years as well. I love Hallmark. I'm sorry. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love Hallmark.
oh, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Listen, this might surprise some of you guys out there, right? I'm probably about to blow y'all fucking minds real quick, but I fucks with some Lifetime movies every once in a while.
Oh, I do too.
Let me tell you something.
You know our
Some
good
of those
friend Carrie?
Lifetime movies, some of them, not all, some of those Lifetime movies be more thrilling and better than some of the thrillers we get have coming in theaters
Mhm.
nowadays.
You know who also loves Lifetime movies, right?
Uh-uh.
Our good friend Carrie.
Oh yeah, I see. I can see Carrie loving some Lifetime movies. I can.
She's
I
done
didn't know
shorts
that.
on them.
See. I haven't like really seen those shorts or whatever. I've only seen certain one of Carrie's videos where there's like Scream. She's doing like a film series for the month or
Mhm.
showcasing a certain actor or character, stuff like that. I haven't really checked out her shorts. I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, I could
You know
see.
you do.
I could see Carrie loving some
Hey,
Lifetime.
Wes.
I just don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't
Mhm.
know. And it's not like a knock or nothing, of course, because I just
Right.
said, yo, Lifetime movies, some of
Mhm.
them are the shit.
Well, I like them because they're so suspenseful.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I agree. A lot
Mhm.
of them are more suspenseful than some of the suspenseful movies we get coming into
Hey,
theaters,
Wes.
and it's crazy. And
Wayne's saying
their
hi to you.
storytelling is good too.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. Um,
That-
so what made Wes is saying hi?
What's up, Ice Lord? I got to get Wes on the channel too. We're
Wes
gonna
is
have
awesome.
to we're gonna have to link up real soon, Wes. I've been wanting to get you on the channel for a little bit now.
Wes is awesome. If you guys haven't gone to check out Wes, go check out I Am the Ice Lord. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. If you're
And then
not
Wayne's saying
subscribed to
hi to
him,
you
go
too.
subscribe.
And then Wayne's saying hi to you too.
What's up, Wayne? See, I can't see the chat on my phone. I'm gonna
Okay,
have
yeah,
to.
I'll pop it up if somebody has a question for you or
Okay,
something. Wes is saying he's down for it.
absolutely. Sounds good.
Um, and Dino's saying what's up to Wayne. Um, so what made you want to start your YouTube channel?
I mean, honestly, and not too many know this or whatever. I started learning how to do YouTube content creating about the time the pandemic hit for sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I still am. I am still. I love sports. I love football. I love basketball, UFC, boxing, especially the combat. I just, I,
Mm-hmm.
I just love that shit. But that's what I initially was going to start in, and I remember
Mm-hmm.
telling Steven this. That's how I found his channel was actually on my sports channel. My channel is called
Mm-hmm.
717 Sports Chat Live because that's my area code. That's where I'm from, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I remember going on one day and I'm just looking up sports stuff and all that. And Steven Stumacher video was in the recommended section in the sports section. It literally was. And that's what
Weird.
happened. No. See, that's the thing. That's what happens when your video gets a certain amount of likes. You pop up on anything. You can pop
Oh,
up in,
okay.
yeah, your video hits the algorithm pushes it through everything
Mm-hmm.
or whatever and stuff. So that's how I found Steven's, channel, and I seen his Stu Macher video. I was heavily impressed. And then
Mm-hmm.
slowly but surely started coming around. And then in January of
I'm back.
2022, I made the channel, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready yet. You know what I
Right.
mean? I was still learning, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But seeing Steven and his channel and then getting introduced to everybody else, yourself, Carrie, Knight,
Mm-hmm.
Jake, Fate, all them, Destin, I just slowly but surely I started to get the confidence to want to do it because I realized, holy
Mm-hmm.
shit, there's a platform for people like us here who love to talk about horror movies. And that was something that I was oblivious to before. You know
Right.
what I mean? One would say, well, how could you be oblivious to that? YouTube showcases everything. I didn't think that we had it this deep, y'all. I didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've maybe seen like a handful of channels, like the Dead Meat channel, what's
Mhm.
his name, CZ's World. That was like one of the first couple horror channels that I started to, witness. But I really didn't like stick around, you know what I mean, and stuff
Right.
like that. Because what really enamored me about what we do and stuff like that is the conversation amongst other content creators.
Mhm.
You don't see that too much on some of these other channels. And that's, the lore of that. It's like,
Mhm.
man, these are the type of conversations I'd love to have because I'm a huge horror fan, but I don't really have nobody to talk to about it really without being looked at as a weirdo
Right.
or a freaking murderer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or I mean, they don't go
Mhm.
into it as deep as I could go into it. And
Right.
once I started hanging around, and especially for those theories, live streams, and we're going down all these rabbit holes to 3, 4 in the morning, said, you know what? Saddle up, boys. Time to get in the game. I mean,
Right.
like, it's just
Yes.
I love the work behind it. You know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
kind of like solving your own puzzle with these horror movies,
Right.
solving your own mystery. Not every theory is going to hit. Not every theory is going to be right. That's why it's called a theory. But
Right.
it's all in good fun. You know what I mean? Just
Mhm.
creating ideas yourself from what you see on a screen and going back through film and just replaying and replaying. Like I love
Mhm.
it. I'm honestly so blessed that I found Steven and the rest of you guys, honestly, because
Mhm.
this is my home. This is what I do. Like
Well,
Gail Weather said in Scream 4, this is what I do, Dewey.
mhm.
Like
We're
that's why
all
I love
one
it.
big happy family. We're all brothers and sisters.
Very true. It's so
Um,
true.
Wayne saying Fate has sports channels. His
I
Lakers
know he does.
channel.
I've
Yeah, he
commented
does.
on some of Fate's stuff as it stands. I like it. The Fate knows
CZ's
his stuff in
M's
sports
World
too.
is a great channel. Dino saying
Oh no, it is a great channel. I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean? I just
A
wish
connection.
I wish on so many ways. I mean, we're all going to be different. We're all going to approach our channels differently and push out our content how we do it. For
Mhm.
what he does, fantastic channel because he goes through those timelines and he digs deep. I
Mhm.
just kind of wish we could see live streams of him engaging with us,
Right.
and I wish for that more. That's what I was looking for when I go to these channels. I like to engage. I like the person who I'm watching to engage back with me if they can.
Mhm. I agree with you. Uh, Wayne's asking when is horror hooligans starting up.
Um, Actually, I'm making the Facebook and Twitter and everything for that after the stream tonight before I go back on my binge watch of Twin Peaks.
Mhm.
Been really deep diving over that. I passed out seven. I watched the entire first season up until like 7 in the morning. Got to like the second episode of the second season, and then I knocked out. And it just happened. It's going to happen at some point. But
Right.
I want to say it's maybe going to start up next week, if not next week, maybe the following week. We're still hashing to some things
Awesome.
out. I know Destin got mostly everything done, I think, with the intro and the thumbnails and all that stuff. So we're still working on it and all that, but that's going to be definitely coming a lot
Mhm.
sooner than later.
And us girls are starting our own podcast as well.
What is it going to be called?
We haven't decided yet, but it's gonna be Jamie's gonna be on there, Jennifer's gonna be on
Nice.
there, Carrie, Val, Polar.
Wait. Hold on.
What?
Did you just say Val?
Yes.
Oh, y'all brought the OG out. Let's go. Let's go. That's what's up. Because we were telling Val that she should do a channel or do her own channel, and that's perfect. That's going to be great.
I'll tell you off camera,
Okay.
uh, but Val changed her name to Reviews, so she will be having her own channel soon.
Ooh, see, let's go, Val. Let's go, Val. That's what's up. That's awesome. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Val's
And
got.
then us
Val sent
girls
me
want.
like a 4 paragraph theory the other day, and I still have to skim through it. I haven't had time to really
Mhm.
sit down and focus on it. But when I do, I'm fascinated by what she has to say because Val got some really good stuff. She's got some really good theories. She's
Mhm.
got some good
And
thoughts.
and so it's not going to be necessarily when us girls figure out our names. We got a couple of names, but we just haven't really ran with it.
Okay,
But it's going to be like my channel, Popping the Popcorn. It's going to be every movie because they didn't want to
right.
necessarily do
Just
horror, so
one
it's going to
genre.
be
Like just would do one genre. Yeah,
so we're going to do everything.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Eventually, I would like to open up another channel myself covering other movies outside of horror. But right now, I'm
Mhm.
focusing on getting this channel to a certain
Mhm.
like goal point, maybe 5K before I start working
Mhm.
that. Worry about that other stuff.
Right.
So we'll
And
see.
then Wayne goes, I'm looking forward to Horror Hooligans. Also, any way to follow you on Instagram or Facebook. I don't think
Oh yeah,
yet.
I'm making those after the stream, Wayne.
And then
So
Dina
what
goes,
I'll do,
what? I'm definitely going to watch that podcast with all you lovely ladies.
right? And real quick, Wayne, what I'll do is I'll send you basically a link on Instagram when it's loaded up because I'm doing
Mhm.
that right after this stream and stuff. That's going to
Denisha,
be quick and easy.
I'll talk to the ladies and you can come hang out with us on a couple episodes or something. I'll ask them. Oh, and Sarah's gonna be there too, as well.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of figured somebody was missing. Either one or two is missing out. So I kind of figured Sarah would be there. I
Mhm.
didn't think of it off the top of my head, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
noticed Val changed her name, so I figured that was what she was starting her channel. It's going to be awesome. Yes.
yeah, it is.
Mhm. Yeah. And so what so Sarah and I have gotten the logo done, the like banner for YouTube. It's going to be
Right.
a movie ticket. The banner's going to be a movie ticket.
That's tight.
Cuz
That's tight.
you don't see a lot of YouTube film channels with like a movie ticket.
Yeah, that's true. That is really true. I'm interested to see what Destin has for our thumbnail. You know what I mean? Because I'm just interested because I know Destin is really good at that too and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what he went with because I know we took a couple pictures of Texas Frightmare. I don't know if he maybe blew him up, cartoonized him. I don't know what. So I'm
Right.
interested to see what he did with our thumbnail as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, you guys definitely are good at that stuff. Like you guys know how to put things together and it's not stressful to you guys because you enjoy doing it.
Oh yeah, I love doing it. Like I said, if you ever wanted to do trivia night, game night, or anything like that, I would do your graphics for you. You just tell me how you want it, and I would do it for you.
Okay.
Like I do Cravens for him sometimes or nights.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, I could use a new intro and I would like to add some things
Yeah,
and
just let
stuff
me
like
know.
that.
Like I said, it can't, but it has to be copyright uncopyrighted music to
I
put in there,
know. I know. Yeah, I don't want
especially
them.
because your channel's monetized.
Yeah. Yeah, they're, extra sensitive about certain stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, they are.
They are. I say it, they definitely like they're buckling down. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
every video I have to publish, and this is for all of us, I assume now who are monetized, every video we have to pass through a ratings check. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In terms of like language, this, 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 that, and it's just like, oh man, all right, like,
Right.
yeah,
I
so
don't.
much stuff.
Luckily, I don't have to go through all that right now because I'm almost to 5:30.
It's not bad. I get why. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They have been a little bit stricter. The thing is, what I wish they were more capable at doing is with certain stuff that they're going to either copyright or say it's not ad suitable,
Mhm.
explain in better detail why. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's just certain
Mhm.
times they don't explain certain things the right way. And I'm just like,
Right.
that doesn't make any sense because in your guidelines it says this. So,
Mhm. Dino, it's going to be like different movies, like different genres of movies and shows and whatever kind of fandoms us girls think are nice. And then I'm starting a fandom podcast with my other friend Brianna, and we're gonna be starting a fandom one as well.
That's tight. That's what's
Mhm.
up. Yeah, let's go. Let's start getting these other channels on the ball. Why not? You know what I
Right?
mean? There's room for more. There's always room for more channels. If you can do it, if you can have the time to do it, or have a nice set schedule where you can, have time for it, do it. Why not?
Yeah. Um, well, my friend Brianna, there was like a big controversy with her. She used to be on a Disney podcast. That's actually how I met her, and we became really good
So,
friends. And when I first started, because a lot of people don't know that I was a podcast before I started it, so I only really had the podcast on like Spotify, Stitcher,
right.
Apple, iTunes, stuff like that. And a lot of people didn't know that. And so if you go back and watch my older videos, they're from the podcast.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Wow. Yeah, I remember you mentioning something about the podcast or whatever, but I didn't know that was like some of your, early content.
Mhm. It was from the podcast. So I had her on there a few times, and my friend Jay from a different podcast, and from a different Disney podcast. And so my friend Brianna, she was from my Disney like circle, because I'm like in several different circles, because everybody knows I'm the Disney uh big fan of Disney,
Yeah,
Disney
the
connoisseur.
guru. The guru.
So so I'm also in that community, but that community is really toxic. So I don't really go into that community as much anymore. But
Right.
but she got kind of kicked out of her show that she was a part of and co-host, and so she didn't want to do anything for a while. And then I told her, I said we bounce really well off each other. We should just start our own like fandom podcast.
Right. Why not? You know what I mean? Listen, and this isn't a knock on anybody. You know what I mean? What I realize, about a lot of fandom, especially when it becomes negative, and you know, you're entitled to what you believe via what you see from your perspective. What I think a lot of the issue is with fandom and criticizing a lot of movies, especially like stuff like that, is we say these movies are being politicized, but how would you know that if you're not politicizing yourself?
Right.
And I think that's where we got to get to a point, because if you really break it down to a science in cinema, there has always politics has always been in cinema, and it's
Mhm.
never going to change. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Mhm.
stuff. There's always been, stuff that makes you think of something politically when you
Speaking
watch a
of
movie or whatever. It's I find it very normal. So when I see people like, oh well, they need to stop politicizing movies, it's like
mhm.
in so many ways, if you're saying they got to stop politicizing the movies, but then that kind of takes away from us because we're politics ourselves about these
Right.
movies. We're critics. So I
Mhm.
just, I hope that the fandom in each genre, you know what I mean? Because we have it
Mhm.
here sometimes too in the horror. You know what I mean? If you don't like something, cool. That's okay. You know what I mean? You don't
Right.
have to like it, but you don't have to bang somebody else or bash somebody else because they might like it or they might not
Right.
see it the way you do.
Mhm.
You know?
Speaking of one of my girl pals, hey Jamie, how you doing?
Hey, Jamie,
Hey Patrick.
Jamie, what type of fucking rabbit hole did you send me down with this damn show, girl? Is that Jamie Hart?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That show, Twin Peaks Jamie, we got to talk about it, girl. That show is fire. Like, girl,
Mhm.
there's so much story in that show. It's incredible. It's I literally stayed up the entire night last night, like I said, until I knocked out just unwillingly watching that. And I can't wait to finish the second season.
Jamie's saying I see politics and everything. So I just don't talk about it because people make me bad about noticing it. Yep. I do the
Right.
same.
Like, and it's not even just about noticing it. It's cool. It's cool to notice it because in every single film, like I said, there's politics. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
just, I feel like I see so many people when they talk about it, it's like instead of actually having an honest conversation or a good conversation, it's bashing each other. And it's like, come
Right.
on. You know what I
She
mean?
said she
Let's,
messaged you.
okay. Yeah. We're going to set this up, Jamie,
And
because
Patrick saying Twin Peaks is fun. Yeah, it's a fun show.
it's good. It's really good.
I like that show. You know, what I've been watching is what's the name of that show? Um, Ozark. I've been watching that.
See, I heard a lot of people, talk about that. I heard it is a good show. Maybe I might have to give it a look. What is it really about?
Ozark. It's
Yeah.
about drugs. It's Jason Bateman, and it's about
Okay. Okay. Jason Bateman's in it, so I might have to watch it. He's good. I like Jason Bateman. He's funny too.
yeah, but this role's more of a serious role.
Serious
It's
role. I
not
kind of
him.
figured that.
It's not him in Arrested Development.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, he's a good actor all the way around.
Wow, now everybody's popping in. Twin Peaks from 1990s.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Dino.
Hey
Thing
Kevin,
was
what's going
good.
on? Hope you're doing well. Haunted by horror. Hey
What's up?
man,
What's up,
how are you?
man?
Hey Philip, how are you?
What's up, Phil?
Yeah, Ozark's really good. See, Jamie even agrees.
Okay.
Finding the first season of Twin Peaks is hard. I think he's talking about like on physical media.
Oh,
And then Dino saying he might have to check it out now.
Dino, do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you, Dino, pack a lunch. You're going to be up all night.
Hey Mama Val, how are you?
Oh, there she is. Salute the general. I see the
I,
name change, Val. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
you guys know you guys have to behave because the journal's in the chat now. You have to behave. Um, she said my two favorite people. We love you, Val. Have a
No,
good
I'll
day,
be back.
Jamie. I mean, wow. Have a good day, Wayne. I'm getting people's names mixed up. Wow. I need to go to bed. I'm tired.
Have a nice night, Wayne. Catch you later,
Julia
buddy.
Gardner can yell louder than anyone in Hollywood.
Who is that?
I think that's one of the people on Twin Peaks. I think Twin Peaks.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's a character on Twin Peaks.
Oh, I think maybe I haven't watched season 3. I don't know if he's talking about season 3, and I haven't finished the rest of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if I'd have to go back,
Oh,
but
that's awesome, Kev.
maybe she's the clerk, the sheriff station clerk. Can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
What's up?
don't mind me if my memory on this show is foggy, guys. I'm literally just watching it, like, so I got to still kind of process every character's names and all that stuff. But it's like the
Mm-hmm.
story. There's just you want to pay attention to every character. That's how good of a whodunit it is.
Mm-hmm. It's like I think it's like me. It takes me to the second season to know who actually. If I'm watching a show for the first time, to see who the characters are and who they are.
Right.
Jamie's saying I have a signed copy of the script from the pilot episode dated in 1987 on the wall in my background. That's awesome, Jamie.
Wow.
Hi,
Holy
Polar.
shit.
What's
That's
going on?
awesome, Jamie. Like shit. Yeah, well, you put me onto a gem, Jamie, so thank you.
Look who just popped in the chat. Our friend Polar.
What's up, Polar? How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a
Everybody's
nice night.
popping up in here. Everybody's coming to see Marcus.
Nah, they're coming to see you too, Katie.
No, they're all coming to see you.
No, they're definitely coming to see you too.
You
They're
know.
coming to see both of us.
Yep, pretty much. But you're the bigger channel, so they're coming pretty much to you. That's the way I
Yeah,
look
but
at it.
I don't really take that into account. And the reason why I don't take that into account is because we've been seen working together on various channels.
Mhm.
So that doesn't I don't take that into account.
I
You know
just
what I
love the
mean?
passion Market shows on his channel. Marcus is amazing. Marcus has
I
such deep
appreciate that.
passion.
I do.
Mhm.
I love that genre so much. Like,
And Patrick saying the cast of Twin Peaks is fire. And
yes,
Polar says he's here for both
absolutely.
of us. Heart you, Polar. Love you.
Absolutely.
And this is the last stream you guys will see me on. Um, this is the last stream you guys will see me on until probably about Saturday or Sunday. So, hi, Sarah. Love you.
What's up, Sarah?
Everybody's saying hi to each other. We're having a great night. We're just chilling.
Right. Just chilling, having a conversation.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So I'm sorry about last week. I had to cancel on you. I had allergic reaction. Sorry to hear.
No, it's all right. You know what I mean? Your health is more important than in a live stream. It's cool. We're here now. We rescheduled. So I'm just
It
glad
was
you're feeling better.
it was so funny because Val had texted me, right, and I had fallen asleep because I took some
Hmm.
Benadryl and I had fallen asleep, and Val's like texting me, and I happened to wake up because I heard my phone buzz, and I was like, wait, what's going on? I woke up like everybody's asking me, are you still doing the show? And everybody was in the chat apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, because I went on Instagram. I seen you didn't message. Well, you asked if we were on still, and I said yeah, and that was like earlier and stuff. And then I seen Val message me, and she's like, "Hey, Katie had an allergic reaction to something," and I already knew right then and there. I'm like, "All right, yeah, the stream's not happening tonight." So I just told Val, I'm like, "Do you want me to show up in the stream and just let everybody know we're probably going to end up rescheduling and stuff?" And she was like, "Yeah, and stuff," and that's what I ended up doing. So it's cool. Health comes first. You know what I mean? So
We love you
we're
too, Polar.
we're here
Me
now,
and Jamie.
and we're having a great time.
I love you all. Oh, thank you. I'm feeling better. What am I allergic to? I don't know. It was something in the shrimp that I was allergic to. I'm not sure because I've had shrimp before and I was fine. And then I just had lobster mac and cheese and I was fine with that. So I don't know if it's just the shrimp or if there was something inside the shrimp, the stuffed shrimp that I made. I don't know.
If it was stuffed shrimp, then it might have been something inside the shrimp
Hmm.
that made you have an allergic reaction like that.
Yeah, I'm allergic to A24 films, Patrick's saying. Because he knows that I don't like them. The only A24 film, there's a couple A24 films that I like that I didn't realize that were A24 films, like Spring Breakers.
Okay.
Um, what else? What is it? The Hereditary.
Ugh,
You don't like that one?
I hate that movie.
Uh,
It's, and I don't knock anybody who does like that movie. If you
you
do,
like Midsummer better or Midsummer, however you say that one?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I didn't even give it a
Hi,
chance.
Sean. Hey,
I
Scott.
did. I'm surprised I gave Man a chance, and I
Hmm.
actually really liked Man a lot. You know what I mean? From
Hmm.
A24, I thought that was actually pretty decent. Um,
Right.
I never watched Midsummer. I probably never will because I'm not into that style of like I guess from what I heard anyway, it's like ritualistic type like I
Hmm.
don't even know how to explain like atmospheric type killing or something like that. That's like
Hmm.
at least the opinions on it that I've gotten. Maybe just for the purposes of content and just because I am a horror lover, I'll give it a shot
Hmm.
one day to see how I feel about it. But Hereditary, in my opinion, for me, it was so fucking boring. I fell
Right.
asleep.
Right.
Like, and I couldn't do it. And when I did actually like wake up and actually try to watch it a second time, I just didn't
Hmm.
like it. I was like, man, this is just not my style of horror movie. But hey, if you like
Right.
it, cool, because that's what's going to keep, whether
Hmm.
you like the fresh idea or not, that's what's going to keep these creators trying to try new things, and I'm all here for it.
The reason why I liked it was because it had practical effects in it, and I like horror movies that have more practical effects. I don't like the CGI stuff.
I'm not a fan of the CGI or none of that neither.
Val saying Marcus' passion has me all twisted about Charlie, laughing out loud.
Hey, listen, Charles Walker, he lives in my world, in my opinion. Like, y'all know how I feel about that. I think, especially in Scream 6 and some in Scream 5, they laid, some little Easter eggs there that could potentially point to him being alive. And if it's not him being alive, in my opinion, it has to be somebody close to him. Because I don't see why you would drop those Easter eggs, much like we talk about Stu. Why do that if there's going to be no payoff? So we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? I hope for it. I hope it's done in the right way if he does come back. So it's suitable for everybody,
Right.
But fingers crossed. We'll see. We got to get Scream 7 announced first.
Jamie saying she loves A24.
There's nothing wrong with that. From what I've saw of them, they're not bad. They have some really unique ideas. Like I said, the best film that I've watched from them, in my opinion, has to be Men. I thought Men was super fucking creepy. A good one. It was. That is a creepy movie, and the atmosphere. When the apples are falling from the tree, love that cinematography.
And then Patrick saying the same thing about Hereditary.
Yeah, I can't get boogie with it. I tried.
And then Dino saying exactly, Val. I wasn't even thinking about Charlie being alive, but after Marcus's video, I'm on the Charlie train.
Let's go, man. And this is why I did this, so it's not the same as Steven's, because Steven, he's the train runner. Me, I'm the plane pilot. So we got the Charlie plane up and loaded, flying full speed from Woodsboro, LAX, wherever you want to call it. We've made our way and landed to New York, and now we're back up in the air waiting for the next direction on where to go.
And then Sarah saying, thank you. I hate Hereditary, but everybody loves it, so I'm usually quiet. Sarah, on my channel, you can say whatever you want.
Right. Yeah, as I say it all the time. Whether you like or love the movies or you're in between, your opinion is always valid, because regardless to what, that keeps us getting these new movies and these guys trying new things and hopefully seeing new stuff. So whether I like it or I'm in the middle or I love it, your opinion is cool with me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We no drama here. You don't like it, that's okay. No. If you like it, that's okay too.
Right. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna fight with you over it. There's no point. Right. It's fun to have discussions with you. Like, say, like, there's a movie that I might not like, but you like, and it's fun to have discussions with you, but it's to each their own. If you like it, great. If I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll say this real quick. I think the other night, because especially when I'm going through chats and we're going through theories, here, what I've, and you learn this as a content creator, because before I would try to get to every comment and every theory, and,
there's no way you can.
It not only just that, it would be like a spirited debate. And one thing I realized is, like, no matter how much words you waste, that person that you're debating with isn't just they're not going to see it from how you see it.
Right.
So you say what you got to say quick, let them say what they got to say. Cool. I respect that. We'll see how it plays out and move on. The other night, me and Eric, that was like the most, Million in the chat. That was the most spirited. That was the most spirited debate I've had in months. You know what I mean? Because Million was like, "Look, Stu's dead. This and this and that." And I think it's because when they say Stu's dead, when people say Stu's dead, it triggers a lot of us who believes he's alive. So it's like, no, he's not dead. He's alive, and I'm going to tell you why he's alive. So. Right. You know what I mean? And it's fun, but you do got to know how, at some point, how to manage it and just like say what you got to say. Let them say what they got to say. Cool. That's what's up. I'm glad you feel that way. We're going to see. We'll be here when it plays out.
Jamie's saying there are things in Midsummer that blow my mind, especially when you watch it again and notice all the stuff in the background. I agree with you, Jamie.
I said I'll give it a try, but
And then Polar saying Hereditary is
no,
not her jam either, but love X and Pearl. I loved X and Pearl as well.
I still have to watch Pearl. But X was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. It was. It reminded me of Texas Chainsaw. Marcus, what the heck is that, Patrick? I don't even know what the heck that is.
Oh man. Ooh, that's funny. He said, "Look, it was like, what is that? Like some? Is that like a real horror movie?"
Patrick, what is that? I love Hereditary too. Jamie's saying.
Hey, that's awesome.
100% with you on Charlie. Scott saying. Marcus, what was
Charlie,
it that?
Charlie.
What set you on the horror path? Val wants to know.
Okay, so
Loving
let
the
me read
horror
this correct. Marcus, what was it that set you on your horror loving path? Well, honestly, my mother, I always have to credit her first because she's the one who allowed me as a kid, as a really young kid, the
path.
leeway to watch these type of movies. And of course, she'd watch them with me because she loved them too and stuff. And I remember, and it's so crazy because I have Elephant Man memory with a lot of stuff of my childhood. So before, and I always say this, and I say this to my sister's face, so I'm not talking shit behind her back. But before my sister came in and stole my thunder,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom, every time she would get off of work, every Friday, she would get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And back in those days, it was penny candy.
Mm-hmm.
Penny candy on the corner, pizza shop with a video store attached to it. They rented out movies, any genre, had a whole list of them. And just every Friday going to get pizza, penny candy, popcorn. Hey, what movies you want to watch? I want to watch Halloween. I want to watch Leprechaun. I want to watch this. I want to watch that. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
what really set the wheels in motion. And ever since, I have this love for horror because it's something that Buster Rhymes said as Freddie Freeman in Halloween Resurrection, and it's one of the realest lines in my opinion in movies when you talk about and bring up horror movies. Fear gives you that feeling of feeling alive. You know what I mean? Because you can feel so many different emotions from fear.
Right.
You know, so that line from Halloween Resurrection when he said that, that always stuck with me because that's always how I felt. There's definitely been moments when I'm watching a movie and I'm just like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just like, get her. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And stuff, or get him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Slice him up.
That's
It's just all fun. It makes you feel so many different emotions. And that's why this genre, this is why this is my genre. This is why
mm-hmm.
I put this genre above all other genres in cinema because I like I said, I have other favorite genres, but this genre just gives me all the feels that I want to feel in that moment, especially if it's a good movie.
Right. Patrick saying Cocaine Shark is life. It's a new movie.
I still want to watch Cocaine Bear.
It's
That's
Cocaine Bear's good. I liked it.
okay. I'm gonna watch that. It's
Echo apparently
funny.
is betting. Echo's apparently betting $5 on the winner of the fight
What fight?
about movie debates.
Oh, see, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, you can put the $5 up, but I don't think anybody's going to win that. You know what I mean? Because there's so many great ideas, and most of them are plausible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just like how all of a sudden there's so many people now that believe Charlie could possibly be alive. Before Scream 5 or 6, ain't nobody was talking or thinking that, even myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you do hear other people who don't believe in that theory and you hear the reasons why, their reasons are plausible too. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would, Bet that $5, Echo. Keep that in the
If
pocket, buddy.
if you watch Cocaine Bear, let me know. I want to know how you liked it.
Okay, because I want to say, in Kentucky it's Scarefest, and I am going. You know what I mean? Me, Destin, and Eric are going. I'm getting the tickets this Thursday for all three of us and stuff. Pablo Escobar is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I got to watch this movie now. Like I got to see. It's not that I didn't want to watch it on reviews, like on trailers. It looks good. It looks fun to me. It
And
just
then
wasn't like at the top of my list to really view.
and then Scott saying, "What are you guys find creepy or scary about Stu's house? Is the atmosphere in it because out in the middle of nowhere, or is it creepy at night, or is it just a creepy house in itself?"
I'd have to say the fact that it's got, this long, way to really get to the house. So you got woods,
Mm-hmm.
you got all those wooded areas and stuff like that. And if you really look in the background, I guess you can kind of see some like mountains in the background too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you
So,
can.
yeah. So like the entire atmosphere for his house is just creepy because it's not even just a house in general, except for when you get upstairs and you see all those, dolls hanging that, he was parlaying with. I don't know if anybody ever caught that,
I
but it
did.
kept,
I was
yeah,
like, wait, that Stu's even more creepy. That's what
yeah.
makes him. I think out of all the Scream um ghost faces, he's the most scary one. Out of all of them, he is the most scary because am I being
He's
cool?
unpredictable.
Yeah, he's unpredictable, and you don't know what because to me, I think Stu is actually really bipolar. You don't know what Stu you're gonna get.
I can agree with that. I can
You
agree.
don't.
Matthew was really good at dialing in between the funny and the serious all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know like Stu's very unpredictable, and you don't know like if you're gonna get like when him, Randy, and Billy are in the video store,
Yeah.
you like he switched like real fast.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? He was being all fun, and then all of a sudden he put on that switch like he was going like very psycho.
Yeah. They had something planned for Randy. Now what's interesting about you brought that scene up is when I go to Oaks in November to go
Mm-hmm.
see them Monster Mania. Matthew, Nev, Jamie, fucking Roger
Mm-hmm.
L's going to be there, Lee Waddell, basically like almost the entire cast except for David Arquette as of right now and Courtney. But
Mm-hmm.
my plan is to get both Matthew and Skeet in a group photo and take a picture reminiscent of that scene where Billy grabbed a hold of Randy and Stu's, on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want that as a photo.
Right.
That'd be so
That
sick.
would be awesome.
It would.
I
And
wish we could go.
I said this too. If that happens, when Skeet goes to grab me by the shirt, I'm just gonna be like, "Hi, Billy."
Right. I wish we got more Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, I agree. I was really surprised they killed his character off in part two. Didn't see it
Me too.
coming. But see, that is a perfect example of sometimes you have to do that because now look at years later. We wish he was still around. So that
Mm-hmm.
shows you how much that character's death affected us. That we
Yeah.
still wish that he was still a character in the franchise. So in so many ways, Randy's death was actually a good thing, especially in terms of taking risks. Something that Radio Silence has got to learn how to do again because they
Mm-hmm.
did it in Scream 5 with Dewey, but they didn't do it in 6. So
Right.
now, if they're going to come back for 7, body's got to drop. I hate to say
Mm-hmm.
it that way, but it's got to happen. A
And then
couple a couple of these stars got to die.
and then Scott saying, "I still believe Scream 7 is going to be a two-part. See at the end, one we will return to Stu's house. We see a lone figure looking at the house, and it's Stu saying, 'It's time, I'm back.'"
Again, I mean, it could play out in so many different ways, but I
Mm-hmm.
think that they did that. Excuse me.
Right.
Huh.
Bless you.
Ooh, excuse me. If they did that, that ending, it would not only piss off so many people, it wouldn't just piss off the people who didn't want to see Stu alive in the first place. It would piss off people who want to see him alive because you just took away the
Mhm.
you took away from the surprise reveal that he is alive.
Right.
I personally want to see him show up in the Ghostface costume and take the mask off
Me
and
too.
reveal himself that way because we didn't get to see that in Scream 1996.
Right.
And I think it would be perfect and it would be anticlimactic for that character, especially in front of Sidney Prescott. Can you imagine Sidney's reaction
Mhm.
to, to him pulling off the mask? And he doesn't even have to say surprise, Sidney. I know a lot of people
Mhm.
want that, but he doesn't have to say that. The moment he takes off that mask, their jaws are dropping to the floor.
Mhm.
So I personally, Scott, I think that that would be giving away the surprise that we all want to see, you know. And then for part eight, okay, so then if they do a part eight, now we know what to expect. Stu's alive. We know he's going to have a hand in something. It's all, then at that point, it's all about figuring out who's working with him.
Right.
And I personally, I don't think that that would be the way to go. But hey, if that's what you want to see, Scott, hey man, that's cool.
Right. And then Polar saying Charlie gets a lot of hate, but he had some great phone calls and killed Olivia. I think he was just underdeveloped. I agree with you, Polar.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like the way he swings that knife on that girl, like
Mhm.
that boy was violent, man. Like people can say what they want about Charlie, but there's one thing they cannot deny: that bull was violent. Like
Right.
at those, he was violent, and I love that about him. You know,
Mhm.
I love how in 1 minute he can be the nerd, and nobody really likes his character because he's so bland. And then
Mhm.
when he puts on that costume, it's just like,
Mhm.
oh, like I love that.
Right. And then Philip saying it always is fun and great to see others' point of view on stuff. It's boring if you are the only one listening to the opinions you agree to. That is true.
Very
Thank you,
true.
Val. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody, and go
That's
follow
right.
Marcus. Go follow I said him. Wow, I can't talk. I'm sorry. I
You're
shot him
good.
6 times. Go follow him as well. If you haven't already followed his channel, go follow him.
Appreciate
And
it.
then Jamie
Appreciate it.
saying, I don't see any reason that we can't have different opinions without getting upset. So it's weird when you discuss movies with someone and they aren't happy until you 100%
It
agree
is.
and then take them. Yep.
It's just the and this is always going to happen in society. You know, it's just
Mhm.
we all want to be right. Yeah, this is what it really boils down to. You want to be right about what you're talking about. So you can't fathom, even if somebody has good points, you can't
Mhm.
fathom them being right over you. That's just
Mhm.
some people, and it's unfortunate because it shouldn't be that way. You
Right.
should take into account that, you know what, holy shit, they might actually be right. It's just like when me and Eric are having
Mhm.
that conversation. You know, do I agree, from Scream 4?
Mhm.
We both came to agreement that there could be a case to be made that there are two killers in that Gail Weathers death scene, well, stabbing scene, but we defer on who's the one stabbing you
Right.
know and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? You got to have a difference of opinion because the point
Exactly.
that he laid out in terms of the timing between covering the cameras, he made an excellent point. For one person to do that alone, they're not hitting all four spots.
Mm-mm.
So you have to take into account somebody else's opinion because they might actually be right. That doesn't
Mhm.
mean you're wrong in your assessment,
Right.
you know so
I think
it is that.
honestly, I think you know what Ghostface. I think that was that stabbed Gail at the end. I think it was Stu. To be honest.
Oh, that's interesting. See, now Scott thinks that too. Scott thinks that Stu was involved with Scream 4 and that he was the ghost face that Perkins and Perkins and Hoss followed up the
Mhm.
alleyway. I personally think it could have been Trevor just lurking around. because he
Mhm.
did show up right afterwards, when Jill
Right.
got her arm cut.
Mhm.
But even Eric made an interesting point about it could have just been Charlie. His first actions before going into Olivia's house was to draw them away from the house.
Right.
But once he draws them away from the house, he can sneak in through the back door, run upstairs in the
Mhm.
closet, and now he's got
You
her
know
where he
why
wants her.
you know why I think it's Stu?
Why?
Because of their past, because, she's a reporter and she's done stupid things and done some things, and, like she's trying to find out who all these ghost faces are because he's a serial killer and stuff like that, and he has a vendetta against her.
No, that's very possible. I personally don't think he was involved with Scream 4.
Hmm.
I think
Have a
what
good
I
night,
think
Tanisha.
I think it was, if anything, it was Kirby that was involved with Jill and Charlie. I
Hmm.
think we don't really start getting any Stu involvement until the fifth one, but I could be
Right.
wrong. The only reason why I want to say I don't really believe it was Stu is because the way that Ghostface attacked Gail. And I'm
Hmm.
actually going to go back and re-break that scene down. But after talking to Eric about what we talked about in the other live stream, I'm actually in agreement that it wasn't Kirby who
Hmm.
attacked Gail like I initially thought it could have been. But I actually think it's not Jill still, it's Charlie. And the
Hmm.
only reason why I say that is because if you look at how that killer attacks Gail, they come like this with the
Hmm.
knife. We see Charlie in that movie stabbing just like this multiple times in that movie.
Right.
So I don't
Hmm.
know, but it's possible. Be some wild shit if they take this shit all the way back to Scream 4 and Stu was involved then.
Hmm. And
That would
then
be
Patrick
that
saying
would be
if you
nuts.
liked men and the D, you would be in your alley. Would be up your alley.
Okay, so if you like men, no, no, I love women, but
I think
I
he's
don't just.
talking about a movie. Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
here goes Marcus's link. Y'all go check him out. Bye, Denisha. Have a great night.
Have a nice
Um,
night, Denisha.
family video and Marco's pizza. That's what Patrick's saying.
Yeah, wait, Marco's Pizza. Holy shit! What am I about to say? That's right. Marco's is a chain now. The motherfuckers expanded because I always thought that Marco's was only Pennsylvania only and
Hmm.
stuff. But that's right. They do
No,
have Marco's
we
a
have
lot
them
of
in
other
Florida
places.
too.
See? So yeah, they expanded. You know what I mean? For sure.
And then
That's what's up.
Val's
Yeah,
asking.
Marco's Pizza slaps.
So, do you want to answer this question, and I'll be right back?
Yeah.
What are some advice you would give someone who is just starting out on their YouTube channel?
Oh, that's a really good question, Val. So, I think the first thing to take note of is not just the videos itself, your thumbnails. What's going to get somebody to press that click button for that thumbnail? So basically, you want your thumbnail to at least be zoomed up really properly. You want to use high definition stuff as best as you can. But to really get an audience and to start building it, hashtags, hashtags. The more hashtags that you have in your video, and I know sometimes I don't have a lot, but that's only because I use TubeBuddy. Now, I will also pitch that out there as well. If you want to start off a YouTube channel and you want to get, learn how to really build your audience, TubeBuddy is the way to go because they help you with stuff like thumbnail generator, title generator, tags. Like, what's the most relevant tags? So, for example, I could sit there, my title be Scream 7 Update, right? So, when I put that in the keyword search engine or whatever, all these keywords come up: Stream 7 this, Stream 7 that, Stream this. You want to use all those because those are most likely the keywords that somebody is going to type into the search engine for that said topic. So basically, the thumbnail and hashtags. After that, learning how to, you're going to go through cuts, you're going to go through edits. I can't tell you how many bloopers I have. You're going to go through it. But my best piece of advice in terms of the video itself and what you're talking about, write it down. I started doing that most recently. Write it in your computer notepad or write it down on a regular notepad, which you're going to talk about sentence for sentence, word for word. Because, in my opinion, that kind of slows you down and calms you down. You're not really trying to spitball and think about exactly what to say in that moment. You write everything down, how you're feeling, take your time with it, explain everything in detail, and it'll just come to you. That's the best piece of advice I can give to you as anybody who starts off a YouTube channel. Don't be shy. Go for it. You know, if you feel that you have something that you want to say, you want to share your opinion, don't be afraid. That's the number one thing I had to say is get over the fear. You know what I mean? Get over the fear of what people are going to say or going to think about how you're thinking or what you're feeling. Once you do that, everything else comes into place. Everything. But in terms of really getting views and trying to get attention to your channel, try to be as consistent as you can with posting, thumbnails, hashtags. Another thing is community polls. Engage more with your audience if you can. It is going to be difficult, especially if you work. You know, I'm going to throw that out there right now. If you have a job, or in like your case, Val, you have a business, it is going to be difficult a little bit managing between the time. But if you can set a certain set schedule for yourself and your audience on what days you're going to be able to do content, you'll be a-okay. So, yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The first couple months, especially like I look back at my videos and I'm like, man, that thumbnail wasn't that good. I didn't have a lot of hashtags. I don't have an SEO score that high. And that's why I brought up TubeBuddy, because Steven from Craving Something Scary, he schooled me to that. TubeBuddy helps your videos it helps optimize and get the most out of your videos, especially with SEO. A lot of people don't know this about their YouTube videos. If you have a low SEO on your video, more chances than not, you're not going to get that many views, because the SEO is what helps push your video through the YouTube algorithm engine. That's what helps all these different platforms, like sports platforms, sports, entertainment. That's what gets your video seen. So like I said, just a lot of hashtags, maybe invest in TubeBuddy, thumbnails that are high definition that you know for a fact people are going to want to click on it. And then in terms of the video part, write down what you're feeling, and just, it doesn't matter how many cuts you go through. At some point, you're going to get it down. And then once you get in your rhythm, piece of cake, piece of pie.
Exactly. I agree.
It's all about getting in the rhythm.
Jamie's saying you're going to Scarefest. She'll be there too. She has a VIP ticket.
What? Let's go, Jamie. Let's go. That is so cool. That's what's up. So now I'm going to be hanging out with Destin. I'm going to be hanging out with Eric. And now Jamie's going to be there too. Let's go. Oh, Scarefest is going to be fun.
Polar saying it would be a fun to have a panel on and have to be defeated with the worst horror
have
movie.
To defend the worst horror movie. Oh.
Yeah, that would be fun. I can
make
a game out of it. You guys want to? I'll make a game out of it. That would be fun.
Count me in.
Hey, Melissa.
I think y'all know what movie I'm probably going to end up being stuck with to defend. I know. Are we going to like vote for each other? Like, how will we do it? Or will we pick a movie to defend? Or are you going to pick the movie to defend?
We could do it either way. We'll get a group chat going, Jamie.
Okay.
We'll get a group chat going, and we'll figure it out, and I'll make the slides and everything for it, and we'll figure it out.
Sounds good.
After seeing, Val's heading to that one too.
Wait, what? Wait. Jamie, after seeing the guest list and Nick Castle was just added a bunch of Val, you're gonna be there? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I need to sip the water on this one. Val, you're gonna be there? Wow. Damn. Now, Katie, you're gonna have to do something, girl. We're gonna come on. We already got We already got the lineup. Holy crap, that's what's up.
I don't know. It depends on if I could get the money and the plane ticket to come.
I heard it. Hold on. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because you're in Florida now. You're not in New York.
Mhm.
That's right.
And
I'm about to
and
look up driving distance from Florida to Kentucky.
it's probably gonna be like 14 hours or
I
something.
kind of figured that.
So
Damn.
so if I have the funds, I will definitely go.
I
But
will tell you this. I don't know what airline you use, but I know Southwest right now anyway. If you were to pay for it today, round trip's like 396.
yeah, I don't have the money right now. Don't
I don't
forget.
blame you. Yeah. Hey, but the
I'm
coolest
having
thing is
surgery
you still got time.
I'm having surgery tomorrow and it's $800.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
But hey,
did you
we
see
still
they
got
added
4
David
months.
Arquette? I'm so excited to meet everyone. I thought I was
Wow.
going alone this year.
Wait, so they did? Yeah, that's right. They did add David Arquette.
Hmm. And then Polar saying, I may have to be at Kentucky this year.
We're getting everybody to go. Let's go.
Jamie was great in Tumor franchise.
Jamie, you played in Tremors? Oh, he's talking about Jamie Kennedy. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's talking about Jamie Hart in the chat. I'm about to say, what the hell? You didn't tell me this.
Oh, nice. How did you like Fast 10, Melissa? This
Yeah,
made me
let us
more
know about
excited.
that. I heard mixed reviews.
Jamie saying,
That's what's
I
up.
have my treatment in October, so I may be in a wheelchair, but Pine's positive and line cutting for me and my friends. Nice, Polar. Well, I'll be praying for you, and I hope that goes very, very well. Hey, Cassie, how are you? Everybody, go follow, Dark, Tales
Tales Told
in
in
the
the
Dark.
Dark. Oh, I like that name.
She does, on that channel. Cassie, she's my good friends from Oracles and Beyond. She also does
Okay.
oracle readings and stuff like that on Oracles and Beyond. Go follow her as well. And then on this one, she does true crime. If
Oh,
you like
yeah.
true crime,
Yeah, I'm a
look
big
who
fan of
popped
True
in.
Crime.
Hi, Night.
Yo, what's up, Knight?
For
Okay,
Stu
so
so Scott saying for Stu to return, I think there should be a play the original music on the first movie because we didn't get it in 5. I think we make more sense for 7 if Radio Silence plays the original music.
I'm not against that. I've said it that Radio Silence, the score for these movies is straight doo doo, straight trash in my opinion.
Right.
I don't think any of their sound in terms of what I'm used to in a Scream movie sounds suspenseful. It sounds, and it's not, nothing against action movie scores, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
very action movie-ish. And in the Scream franchise, I'm used to hearing that, dun,
Mm-hmm.
dun, 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 dun. I'm used to that. Like it's the Marcos Beltrami sound.
Well, I
Like,
think I think if Stu came back, they have to make a more epic sound than the original. I think they should come out with like a whole new sound.
yeah. See, I'll say this: if they're going to do that, hopefully, Radio Silence could pull Marcos Beltrami because I don't trust him with it. I don't. None of their sounds have made me believe that they could pull that off in terms of making a really cool new theme for Stu Macher.
Right. And then Polar saying, I think Jill killed her mom. Charlie was at the party. What am I missing? Because everyone says Charlie killed her.
Um. Okay. So the big thing is this for me. I don't think it was Charlie who killed Jill's mother. Now
I
I
don't
do
think
think
so
it.
either.
I do think it was Jill who killed her mother. I'm the one who doesn't think that Jill was at the party to stab Gail. And that's because, in my opinion, she didn't have a way there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think she did. Kirby, from what we've seen in the movie, was her ride. And I think Kirby, being that Kirby was supposed to pick her up anyway, I think that she could have been in the area. But I do think that that was Jill because Jill basically she had to be there. Her mom, she just went outside of her window. You know what I mean? Like I will stand back to I don't believe Jill would have made it to Stabathon on time. I don't. So I don't think it was Charlie who stabbed her mother. I mean, I think the reason why though, Jamie, yeah, Jamie, I think the reason why
No,
is
that was
because
Polar.
that was Polar. Okay, so the
Yeah.
reason why I think they're thinking that is because of Jill saying my own mother had to die just to, keep it, in line with the original.
Mhm.
So I think people are starting to kind of take that out of context. I know that I misinterpreted what she had said in that piece of dialogue, but after going back to it, she did say my own mother had to die. Now, that's not to say that Charlie didn't do it, but the reason why I don't believe he did it, and this is my number one reason, he didn't take credit for it. He
Mhm.
took credit for Olivia, Robbie. He took credit for the stuff that he could record. He didn't take credit
Right.
for tape because he couldn't record that. So I definitely think that was Jill. Because I don't think Jill made it to Stabathon.
Right. I agree with you. I see the subtle hints, and I think that too.
Right. And I go back to Scream 4. Now, it could have just been, the way they writ it. I'm not saying it's, true because I say it's true. But you even hear Kirby say to Jill, you missed it. You missed it. It was utter chaos at Stabathon.
Mhm.
So that tells me there she missed it again. Because you got to put it in this context too. Okay. So she goes and stabs Gail Weathers, right? Now she has to drive all the way back to her house. Who's driving her? Kirby is. But we see Charlie and Robbie at Kirby's house as well. The thing is Robbie's car isn't there. Robbie has a car. It's in the deleted scenes or whatever
Mhm.
and stuff, but he has a vehicle, but his vehicle's not at Kirby's. So what that tells me is Kirby dropped Charlie and Robbie off at her house and went and grabbed Jill.
Mhm.
That's what it tells me. But we'll
And then
see. We'll see how it
and
all
then
plays out.
and then Jamie's saying, "I don't get the cult idea. How can a whole cult even work in a slasher film? Is that is the whole world the victim? I don't understand."
See, I think it could work because see, this is why I think it could work, especially if I want to say if you're taking on the whole world. But let's say in Scream 3, if they would have went through, if they were going to go through with Stu Macher being a cult leader, if I'm not mistaken, and I could stand corrected on this, but I think it was still supposed to be like a part of the Stab 3 movie. Like all
Mhm.
of those characters, you know what I mean, were supposed to be a part of the Stab film. So you got to think, if they go with that formula, you got to think how many people are going to be on that cast and crew, how many producers. We could be setting up for
Mhm.
a lot of kills. So that's how the cult can work as well. But at the same time, I just feel like it can work all together because when you have the type of story that you have with Samantha Carpenter being Billy Loomis's daughter,
Mhm.
and now you have these three other characters with her sister, the Meeks Martins twins, and stuff, and God knows how many other characters they're going to end up bringing in. I just feel like if it's a cult of people working with Stu from
Mhm.
Woodsboro, it would make a whole lot of sense.
I think
You know,
Stu's the mastermind out of
yes,
all.
yes, yes. But I think it would make a lot of sense if it would be people in the cult that are strictly from Woodsboro, because then
Mhm.
it holds that sentimental value. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is from the town. Like, you know what I mean? Like this shows
Mhm.
you the town is basically cursed forever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I like it. You know what I mean? It's something. And the reason why, Jamie, it also can work is because it just adds even more to the fascination into that anybody could be Ghostface.
Mhm.
Anybody, anywhere, anytime. And now you don't know how many of them, how many are together. That's pretty cool. Bless you, Katie.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
pretty cool in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know how many people are really dressed up underneath the Ghostface costume as
Right.
killers. Like, I
Right.
like that aspect.
Mhm. I still believe it was Stu that did attack Sydney in the movie studio in 3. I don't care if people believe me or not. I still believe it was him that didn't him. It didn't work. He was with Roman. He didn't work.
See, this is, I mean, and that's cool, Scott. You're entitled to your opinion. But this is why I don't think Stu would be working with Roman. Roman basically told Billy in so many words, find a partner that you could sell out to frame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Roman and Stu ever met, not once. I
I
don't.
don't think so either.
You know what I mean? Just based on that line alone. And why you have to ask yourself the question, why would Stu, if he did know about Roman, if he knew about that, especially about what Roman said about finding a partner to frame, why would he want to work for a guy who he knows could potentially turn his back on him?
Because
So I don't think Stu was involved with Scream 3 neither. I personally, and you got to think this too, even Matthew said it too. Matthew said that they bought him out. So that tells you he wasn't in it. Because in my opinion, Wes is not going to cast somebody to play Stu Macher if it's not actually Matthew Lillard.
right.
You know what I mean? Even if he was going to try to keep it secret for many, many years, I just don't believe that would be the case.
No.
So yeah, I think there's definitely two killers in that scene. Angelina, maybe. I even think if you really go back and watch Scream 3, if you really deep dive into it, you can make a case there could have been 3 killers there too, because I think Angelina Jolie, in terms of actually being a better accomplice to Roman, makes a lot more sense because they had that relationship.
Right.
They were together. And yeah, I don't know, but I know, at least in my opinion, and Scott, hey, that's cool. That's your opinion. You can have it. If you're not going to come off of it, you don't have to. You know what I
No,
mean?
it was Carrie Fisher's character. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, you don't have to come off of it. That's what you're feeling, man. Hey, feel away, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but can you imagine Carrie Fisher's character being a ghost face?
Princess Leia.
Yeah.
I can see it.
That
I can
would
see
be
it. I love her line because in so many ways I think she was basically bashing herself. You know what I mean? I love how she said, "I was up for Princess Leia once, and you know who gets it? The girl who sleeps with George Lucas."
Yeah.
Like she's totally outed herself.
Mm-hmm. And then Scott saying, "How cool will it be for the cult?" And scene in 7, we go back to Woodsboro and Stu's house. We see a bonfire, seeing the cult members dressed up as Ghostface, and the leader is wearing the white Ghostface robe.
I mean, again, I'm not against if you're going to switch it up like that. The only issue I have, and I think a lot of people would have with the all-white Ghostface robe, especially if Stu's supposed to be a cult leader, is that white is supposed to resemble purity. You know what I mean? And we all know he ain't pure.
If anything, you know what I always thought? What
What?
happens? Okay, so you know how Sydney's the final girl and fangirl and stuff like that. What
Mm-hmm.
happens if it was Sydney playing the being the mastermind through the whole thing? That would
You're
be
not the only one who thought this, Katie. I've been tinkering with it.
it would be
I've been tinkering with it, and the reason why I've been tinkering with it is because that dialogue in Scream 6 with Gail, about Ghostface calling her. Well, maybe you need to pay for all the profit you made off of others. Off the pain of others, I should say.
what happens if it was Sydney being the mastermind and the Ghostface the whole time, and she's just and it's her and Stu maybe together.
It's their movie.
I know there's so many theories you could do that.
Yeah, I don't know about Stu and her working together. And the only reason why is I don't think she would trust Stu. Because Stu is so unpredictable. But
Or maybe she could have worked with Roman at one point.
I
you know.
mean, I like the idea of her possibly being an unrevealed killer this whole time because when you go back and watch Scream 1996, there's that piece of dialogue from Gail about her seeing, somebody leave her house
Mhm.
wearing Cotton's coat. And in Scream 3, they imply that she was there at the house when the
Mhm.
attack took place.
Right.
So if that's the case, you know, if that's the case, then I mean, how did she not hear? Now, I know for a fact, and I'm going to actually go back and rewatch it, that Gail on the news report when Sydney's there in their living room before the attack and all that, I think Gail does say that Marine's body was found not far from the house.
Right.
So if that is the case, you know what I mean? They could have attacked her outside of the house, and then maybe Billy went back to the house to grab Cotton's coat if it was at the house. But it convoluted a little bit because if Cotton, that would be Marine taking a big risk, letting Cotton leave his coat at that house because of her husband could come home, Neil
Right.
Prescott. So I do not like the idea of Sydney potentially being a killer. I mean, Scream 5, I mean, Billy Loomis's daughter is out there.
Mhm.
Does Sydney really trust that Sam is not a killer like her dad? You
Mhm.
know, could she be setting something up for Samantha? I mean, I said it before. I personally think that Sydney is her fucking mom. That's just me.
Right.
You don't do the things you do in Scream 5 and completely treat her as nothing less nor nothing more than just a victim when you know nothing about her. You
Right.
don't know if she could have been Ghostface or anything, and Sydney walked right into the trap. That is uncharacteristic of her. You know what I mean? So why did you do that? You know what I mean? Why did you feel obligated to put a tracker on her car? It's some
Right.
motherly shit, man. Like, so, but this is another thing we have to take into account too. And Radio Silence even said this, and I found, the interview that Eric was telling me about. They basically like picking stuff up and putting it down.
Right.
So we won't ever know if we'll get some of those plot holes that, or some of those questions that from some of those things in dialogue that we got. We don't know if we'll ever get it answered. But
Exactly. I agree with
man,
that.
how you talk about turning the fandom upside down, turn
Mhm.
fucking Sidney Prescott into a killer.
Yep. That will shock the whole
Oh,
world.
holy shit. This is something that I thought about in terms of the parallels between the whole mother between Sydney and Samantha thing. Just
Mhm.
like Sydney in Scream 1996, Samantha put on a Ghostface robe, made a call. The only difference is she killed somebody, Sydney stabbed somebody. She stabbed
Mhm.
Billy with the umbrella. But that's,
Right.
see, it's little nuggets like that. Like, you know what I mean? That I pieced
Right.
together and I'm like, that's interesting.
Uh, Jamie's saying I think Jill killed her mom too. I do too.
Yeah.
Polar's saying the same thing, and then
But I will
Val.
say, I think Kirby was waiting for her up the block.
Mhm.
I
And then
think
Val.
Kirby, I
She
think
sent
by
you.
the time Kirby got there, she took the cop car, parked it 2 blocks over, waited for Jill to kill her mom, and then Jill ran up the block.
And then Val saying she sent you a script on Instagram.
Oh, I know you did, Val. I got to finish it. I have not finished it yet. I don't want
Mhm.
you to think I'm ignoring you, but when I get long scripts like that, Val, I like to take my time and just sit and really observe. And I haven't had time to do it yet. So as soon as I can get to it, I'm going to read it and I'm going to let you know how I'm feeling.
And then Scott said, out of all the Scream masks, which one do you guys think find the scariest? I don't
Scary?
really find any of them scary.
Yeah, I don't really, I've never really found the Ghostface mask scary. But if I'd have to say if there was one that was intimidating, it'd have to be the cracked one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sweet looking mask.
All right. Uh, I would love to see the white ghost face robe in 7. I think the cult leader is going to wear the white robe, and the cult members will be in the black robes.
See, I mean, I personally think, I mean, that could happen. I personally think being that if we're operating on cult member rules,
Kentucky.
they would be wearing an all red.
Mhm.
And we all know what was Stu Rocker's robe?
Mhm.
It was red.
Yep.
So, but I
Faucet.
mean, listen, I wouldn't be against seeing an all white Ghostface robe. I mean, it'd be different. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Mhm. Val said she bought her tickets last night for the fest, and then
That's what's
Michael
up.
from Movies and Beyond's going to be there too.
Yep, the whole squad. We're having a squad show up there.
Now we just need Night to go.
Night, if you're still here, man, come on, let's do it. We got 4 months.
And then Scott saying, I still do believe that it's going to be Ghostface pandemic across America and 7 police confessed costumes and make the cult members work at the costume stores where you guys are thinking about this.
Hold on, let me reread that. I still do believe there's going to be an epidemic across America. Oh, a Ghostface epidemic across America. Oh, for me, that's too purgy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's too purgy if you do that because then, I mean, yeah, do you leave the door open for other movies? Sure. But
Mm-hmm.
are they going to have any meaning in terms of story?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I have a problem with the whole Ghostface
Mm-hmm.
epidemic. Now, if you're talking about a Ghostface epidemic in terms of just the cult themselves, yes. Because that within itself, if you have 6 or 7 people underneath the Ghostface costume killing people, in my opinion, that's an epidemic in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be across, the country. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I would hope they wouldn't go that way because, again, I think it would be too purge like. We'd be
Right.
getting a lot of kills. We'd be getting a lot of kills, which is, I guess, is cool. But what is it going to mean if it doesn't link into what the story we're trying to tell?
Exactly. And then Scott said, "Hey Marcus, I was watching Pokemon the 2000 movie. Why is it special then on YouTube? Where do you see the celebrities and signing performance on stage? I saw you in the audience."
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Is watching Pokemon 2000 why specialist then on YouTube? Where do you see the celebrities and the singers performing on stage? I saw you in the audience. Um, I went to see Pokemon 2000 as a kid.
Hey Joe.
I don't know if maybe you found footage of like live like fan reactions from the theater. You know how they do have those out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you found
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I've
Mm-hmm.
never been on one like to one where like the singers are on stage or anything like that. But when Pokemon 2000 came out in the theaters, yeah, I went to go see it.
Me
And I'll
too.
be honest, I bawled like a fucking baby when Pikachu started crying because that
Me
hurt my
too.
feelings. Like
Pikachu's my favorite.
that shit
Pikachu's my
had me
favorite
balling.
Pokemon.
He's
Besides
giving all his
Bulbasaur.
electricity and energy to Ash, and Ash ain't getting up, and he just drops his tear, and I'm just like,
Mm,
I gotta cry with you, man. Like
right. And Joe said Jill admitted to killing her mom.
she didn't admit to flat out killing her mom herself. She just said my own mother had to die,
Mm-hmm.
in order to stick to the original. And in my opinion, I think that can go so many ways. She could have met Charlie killed her, somebody else, she killed her. I do believe that she did kill her mother now more
Mm-hmm.
than ever because just, again, the timing would add up for her to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
that piece of dialogue, in my opinion, is like hanging fruit because my own mother had to die. That doesn't mean she killed her per se. She didn't really 100% take credit for it.
And then he says that he's with you on the mask on the ghost face cult idea.
Cool. Yeah, man. Like I think it could happen, man. I really do. And
Mm-hmm.
this was the idea. for Scream 3 that Stu was going to be running a Ghostface coat from prison, and that the people who are going to be a part of the cult were actually a part of Stab 3.
Mhm.
And that's why I say, that I think trying to revisit that and maybe update it and add some things to it,
Mhm.
I think that that could be really interesting because
Right.
then you got a bunch of red herrings. They're all working on this movie that has something to do with the real life events.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, and there will be so many people that you can pick 7 out of them, but you're not going to know which one it is because,
Right.
or 6 of them because it'd be Stu
Mhm.
plus 6. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
It would
but
be.
I would hope that they have some link to Woodsboro. That's just
Mhm.
me.
They have to. There's it can't be New York because they just went to New York and this one, so it has to be, you know.
Right. See, I'm not going to lie though, Katie. I think what's going to happen is this. I think if we don't go back to Woodsboro in 7, the story's not going to end until 8. And
Mhm.
that's when we go back to Woodsboro because Scream 4 went back to Woodsboro.
Mhm.
But if they are, and I would think that this is going to be the end of the Carpenter storyline in 7. And the only reason why I say that is because you see what's already happening. Jenna Ortega, she might not be even in the next film.
Right.
They might not be able to get certain people to come on board because of their scheduling.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I hope they get it together.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
do
hope
too.
the studio calms their tits about Jenna and just let things simmer for a little bit. Let these guys make their little movie and then
Mhm.
come back to it.
Right.
So we'll see.
Mhm.
It's going to be interesting.
Did you did you like her playing Wednesday Adams in the Netflix show?
I didn't watch it. I'll be
Oh,
honest. I've never been a real big in the Adams family.
no.
I'm a monsters type of guy.
Oh, okay.
To me, there's always been that like little rivalry between the two,
Mhm.
and I always felt like the Adams family and people, you can hate me for this or disagree. I just felt like they were a cheap imitation of the Munsters.
Right. I like
Just
the
with a
monsters
couple.
too.
I love the Munsters.
Did you
Like,
watch the Rob Zombie one?
no, I did not. Nope, I refuse. I'm listen. He turned it into a musical. It's like, really? This isn't the Munsters. Like, that's not the Munsters. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
To me, like, that's not what I watch when I still watch those old school shows, the black and whites. That's not the Munsters to me. Like,
Right.
that, anything that Rob Zombie does that
Okay,
is
let me
not,
see.
I'm gonna put it this way. If it's
Something
not
I did.
the type of Rob Zombie movie that I know it's gonna be a Rob Zombie movie, I don't watch it because he showed with Halloween when it comes to going outside
Mhm.
of his real style, he's not that good.
Right.
Did you
What's your
watch The
favorite?
Monsters? Did you watch
What's
the
your
movie?
favorite Rob Zombie film? Do you have a favorite?
It would have to be The Devil's Rejects.
Mine too.
Yeah, that movie is just it's fantastic. He
Mhm.
definitely elevated his game on that one. And that's
Right.
why I say though, that's his style. That backwoods
Mhm.
grunge, you know, nice,
Mhm.
cool backwoods cinematography. That's his style.
Right.
Did you watch the new Monsters that he did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I actually thought it wasn't bad.
Okay. Huh. Okay. I
I thought it
mean,
wasn't bad, and I thought the people that he got were kind of like the TV show, but not really. But I didn't think it was that bad. You need to push that down.
hmm.
Yeah. And Scott saying out of all the Pokemon movies, out of the original three, my favorite was the our childhood one out of three.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Pokemon, that used to be my jam, man.
Mine
And
too.
stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it's such a cool thing to see. My nephew, he follows in that now. and stuff because it was so funny. I went over to my sister's house not long ago. And I walked
Mhm.
to the door. My nephew comes up to me. He's like, "Uncle, I gotta show you something." Goes in his pocket and he pulls out these Pokemon cards. I'm like, "Hold up! First off, why are they in your pocket?" Because
Mhm.
I just got them, and I'm just like, "You got to put them in a binder, though, man. You want to keep these things mint because they're gonna be worth money down the line." And he's got some good ones. Like I'm talking about ones with the star that's like 560 power, stuff
Mhm.
like that. I'm like, oh yeah, you got some gems. We gotta protect these. So I hooked him up with a binder and stuff, and I think his mom went out and got him some like plastic framing so he can slot them in and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But it's cool to see that my nephew has picked up on that. It's fun.
That's awesome. And
Hell
he's
yeah.
saying, "No, I mean, I'm watching the park on the movie 2000 special on YouTube. When you see the singers before me on stage, I think I saw you in the audience watching the singers perform."
No. As far as I can remember back, they ain't having those singers performing before the movie started where I was at.
Mhm.
Hey,
Marcus, you're famous.
I mean, hey, you know what, Scott? Send me that clip and I can tell you if it is because you never know. I don't remember no singers on the stage or anything, but you
Mhm.
never know.
Um, and Val saying, Marcus, it's not bad at all. It's like the TV series, the Rob Zombie one.
Really? Oh man. Yeah, well,
And
I don't
then,
remember the TV series having musicals though. And it's not a knock on musicals or whatever and stuff. I'm sensitive with musicals because to me nothing will ever touch Grease. So
oh,
it's
I
just
love Grease. I
oh
didn't know you
man, I
liked
love
Grease.
that's what I'm saying. Like and so when I see other musicals, like I know Hairspray was actually a pretty good one
I
or
like
whatever
Hairspray. That's John. That's John Waters.
or whatever. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. But I'm like really picky when it comes to musicals, man, because Grease Lightning is my shit. That's my
Hey, you
shit.
know what we have to do for our Halloween stream? Since Carrie likes Grease and I think Val likes Grease, we all should dress up as Grease characters.
Let's do it. I
That
ain't
would
gonna
be
lie.
fun.
I'll dress up as Mr. Latieres.
That
Sonny.
would that would be
Sonny.
fun.
Sonny. There's my boy. Sonny's a classic.
That would be fun, right?
Hell yeah.
We're doing it.
My boy
I
say,
just
so
talk
much
Carrie
for the
into it.
toilet paper? No heiny binies.
And then Joe saying Rob Zombie should direct, not write his films.
I can agree with that.
Rob also isn't a good person. He had a meltdown at Rocksville because the stage people messed up as he sounded the project wasn't working. Interesting.
Ooh. Oh, that's not cool. I mean, John Carpenter did have some choice words about him. I
Mhm.
don't know if you ever saw that interview. But basically John didn't like the way that Rob lied on him because basically Rob said that John Carpenter shitted on him when he asked about Halloween, said that John didn't give him his blessing and whatnot, didn't want him to do it. And John said that could not be further from the truth. He said, I totally supported what he was going to do with the movie. I told him, it's yours now, man. Make it your own. Why
Mhm.
that piece of shit lied? I don't know why. That's exactly what John Carpenter said.
And
Whatever.
and
Like,
Melissa's saying the TV show is way better, but I mean like it's a good movie. It follows a lot
right.
like the TV series. And
Okay,
then
I might have to give it a look. If it's got some of the TV series feel to it, then I'll give it a shot.
and then he goes, "No, I mean out of all the Pokemon movies that out there, I prefer the first 3 be my personal favorite is Pokemon 2000 because it's
Oh,
my favorite and has free oh, the
legendary
legendary.
Pokemon, yeah.
Hey
No,
Bones, what's
Pokemon
going on?"
2000 was my favorite too.
And then he likes your shirt. Bones is saying, "Dude, that
Hey,
Stone Cold
thank you,
shirt is awesome."
thank you, man, thank
Actually,
you.
Bones, actually, Michael, wow, Michael, Marcus, I'm so tired.
No,
Marcus
you're good,
actually
baby.
really loves wrestling.
Oh hell yeah! If anybody wants to see Vince McMahon get his ass whipped, give me a hell yeah.
Mhm.
Give me, yeah, I love Stone Cold. He's my goat. Like, don't get me wrong. Dude, I will tell you this right now. The greatest wrestler of all time is Ric Flair.
Mhm.
No doubt about it. But for me, my personal GOAT, it's that dude right there. He's
Stone
a
Cold Steve
badass.
Austin.
Hell yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
you want to tell me? I'll tell you who I used to like when I used to watch SmackDown and stuff like that. Now I don't watch it anymore because I just don't.
Let me
I used to
guess.
like the Hardy Boys.
The Hardys? Oh, nice. No, the Hardy Boys were the shit. Hell yeah. Jeff and Matt? Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. Like, man, the Hardy Boys, they had some classic matches, especially with Edge, Christian, the Dudley Boys,
Mhm.
and stuff like then Matt and Edge because of the whole scandal thing. I'm not going to get into that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But the Hardy Boys, definitely legends. Like,
I
I
never
love the
really
Hardy
liked
Boys.
Edge. I never really
I
liked him.
actually, I don't know if you ever seen like Matt over the last like 5, 6 years, and you say you
I
don't
know I
haven't
haven't.
followed it. Yeah, Matt Hardy had this gimmick called Broken Matt Hardy, to where in so many ways he played this brilliant psychotic philosopher. Fucking
Mhm.
was amazing. He killed it. Like, because Jeff was always the favorite.
Mhm.
A lot of people really clung to Jeff Hardy.
I actually liked Matt better.
I'm about to say, see, Matt when he did that gimmick, to me, set himself apart because yes, Jeff is the high flyer, but Matt is the storyteller.
Mhm.
And that's what I like more in my wrestlers. I like a guy who could tell a great story. And Matt was just straight up fucking goofy.
Mhm.
Yes. Doing shit like that. That's how he would laugh and talk. Like
Yeah.
say, he would call Jeff his because Jeff's middle name is Nero. He'd be like, Brother Nero. And so he
Mhm.
rolled up on him behind in an interview one day. Jeff just won a belt. And he creeps up on him. He's like, Brother Nero, I knew you'd win. I'm like, yo, this guy's a fucking nut. But I love it because he was so damn psychotic.
Mhm. Yep.
Hell yeah,
And I
love
also really
wrestling.
liked Mankind Nick Foley. I also liked him too.
Hell yes. The three faces of Foley. Come on now. You can't go wrong with Mick, Cactus Jack,
Mhm.
Mankind, do love. That was my boy right there, the dancing and shit. Hell yeah. People don't give do love no credit,
See, a
man.
lot of people are surprised when I can throw out some wrestlers.
Hell yeah. Speaking of which, I got a dude love themed freaking lighter right here. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I think Rob Zombie should direct Scream remake. No.
Who said that?
Scott.
Scott.
No,
Do you
Wednesday.
want the franchise to get butchered and sent into an oblivious hell that might not ever recover? Yo, you
No.
saw what he did to Michael Audrey Myers. Why would you
Mhm.
want that for our good buddy Ghostface?
Oh, Val was talking about Wednesday. It's not like the OG Adams family.
Yeah, I know, but I just never got into it. I know a lot of people said it was good. I might give it a watch, but I don't know. Listen, I'm just very peculiar with certain stuff
Mhm.
that I like choose to watch in terms of like horror and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't. I'm gonna put it this way. I don't find her intimidating.
Mhm.
So I just feel like if I can't personally link up with her from an intimidation factor, I can't
Mhm.
fuck with it. Like I heard she
Yeah.
did a fantastic job, and I seen the way she looked. Like she definitely killed it in the look.
Oh, I
And I
didn't know
seen,
that you were from Australia,
yeah,
Scott.
this guy's from Australia.
Rob Zombie should go away and stop pushing his talented wife. Echo said that. Rob Zombie's very talented, just very misunderstood. I agree with you, Jamie. Rob
No,
Zombie should go away
he
and
has talent. He has talent.
Bones is laughing.
He has talent, but he only really has talent for his style.
Hey, 80s.
Like his style, that's what he has talent in. In my
Mhm.
opinion, if you were to ask him to write a great story that is going to make you think and make you go in twists and turns, I don't think he could do it. I don't. I really don't.
Mhm.
I
How
don't
was
think he's that great of a storyteller.
and then Scott's saying How cool would it be if they did Grease and Hairspray crossover? That I don't know.
I can't do that, man. I can't. No, you leave Grease alone. Grease is in its own category, man. Like, that's my shit,
And then
man. Rock, bop, doo, rock, bop, bamboo. That's
yeah,
my shit, yo. I love. See, I'm gonna
we
make me watch Grease sometime soon,
we could do a watch party of Grease on my channel.
yo. Grease is the word. It's the word. It's the
We have
way.
to do it
It's
after
the feeling. That's my shit.
after Dick Tracy. We have to do it after Dick Tracy because you have to
Okay.
watch Dick Tracy first.
Hell yeah. Hell
Um,
yes.
Echo said
Let's
I got to
do it.
see Stone Cold versus The Rock in their lost match in person. Didn't even know it was the last time we would see them knows what's going on next until the next night. Oh wow. He still yells delete.
I really wish I could have attended that back in the day.
Um
That's why I wanted me, Brandon. I think me, Brandon. I want to say Bob, maybe, but we kind of vaguely spoke about it. But I'm going to WrestleMania next year because it's in Philly. It's 2 hours away from me.
nice.
Yes, I got to make it. That would be my
Um
first WrestleMania weekend.
and Bones is saying he still yells y'all's delete.
Yep. Delete, 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 delete. That was my shit.
And then
Hell yes. Oh man. Yeah,
Scott
that was
saying
Matt Hardy's thing. He would sit there and say he would, if you don't basically abide by his rule or whatever he wants, he'll delete you. Yes. Fucking Matt. Oh man, that shit is funny as shit. I'm gonna look that shit up tonight. I'm gonna laugh.
I'll send you a gift of him. I'll find a gift of him saying delete.
Do it. I'm telling you, that's my shit. I love Broken Matt Hardy. He's so good.
Um Scott saying my favorite parts of 2000 is when the melody plays the song to wake up the legendary birds, and loved the ending part of the scene with the what I don't even
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, definitely. Man, listen, Pokemon 2000 it was a great movie. Like it really
Mhm.
was.
And then Jamie saying but there was what makes him talented is he has his own style. Lynch has his own style. Steven Spielberg has his own. Kubrick has his own, and that sets them apart. Rob Zombie has style of his own, and it attracts me. Yeah, I like his too.
Right. But see, this is where it's different about all those names that you just named, Jamie, is that all those other names are great storytellers outside of their own style. They can go outside of their comfort zone and produce a great movie. Rob so far hasn't shown me that. Now, maybe if I watch The Munsters and I like it, maybe I'll have a different perception on that. But from what I've seen out of Spielberg, when he goes out of his comfort zone, or anybody else that does have their own style, when they go outside their comfort zone, they're still great at adjusting to the new style that they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
accommodate to. Rob
Right.
hasn't showed that to me yet. So hey, you know what? You guys are gonna make me do it. I'm gonna end up watching the Monsters, and I'll let you guys know how I feel.
And then Scott saying, I prefer the old WW Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Kane, Dudley Boys.
Kurt
Uh,
Angle, it's true. It's damn
Hardy.
true.
Yep, I do too. I
Yep,
don't watch the newer stuff just because I miss the older stuff.
I
And then
agree.
hey Rowdy too fast. He's saying Roman's the modern day goat. He runs through the whole roster. I've been watching WWE for 20 years and I've never seen him run through the roster like he has for 4 years.
No, because you want to know why, Roddy? Because Vince finally stopped fucking coddling that boy and started letting him be who he really is. When you take the handcuffs off these performers and let them be at least an extension of themselves, you get the best work because they're showing you in so many ways this is who they really are. Like, I love Roman Reigns' character over the last 4 years. Why? Because he should have been this the entire time. This guy is 6'5", 6'6", 265, long hair, goatee, kind of looks like Jason Momoa. A badass, right? He looks like a badass. Why are you sending him out on TV, smiley, good guy, shaking hands? Believe that. No, I want to see this guy kicking ass and taking names. And that's what he has been doing. I love that whole acknowledge me. I love that. Why? Because that's how he should be. He's a big guy. He's a monster. You need to portray him as a monster, not as a goody two shoe
Yeah.
who who's going to get beat, who doesn't put in a good match, and doesn't tell a good story.
That's okay.
I love this new Roman because, well, now it's not so much new, but I love this version of Roman because he's telling stories and stuff like that in the ring. He may not be the best wrestler. Does he do the same moves? Sure, he does the same moves over and over again, but his promo skills and his storytelling was he's the fucking man right now. He's doing so good, and I'm proud of him because I always said that about Roman Reigns. The guy has the talent, he has the look, he has everything, but you can't write for certain people. You can't sit there and script certain people. Sometimes you just got to let these guys be themselves and let the cameras roll. Why do you think Stone Cold became so successful? Because he told Vince, I can't be this way you want me to be.
Well,
if I'm going to be successful, I have to be this way. And look how that turned out. You know, so I'm all for characters having creative control. I'm really big on that. Really big on wrestlers having creative control. I think you get the best version of a wrestler when you let them be themselves.
I agree. And then Scott saying, no, I mean, what would it be like if he did a remake of Scream? No.
Trash, terrible, caca.
Acknowledge him. That's what Rowdy.
That's right. That's right, Rowdy. Acknowledge me. That's right. Fucking love that line. I need to get me a shirt. I have the hoodie.
Mm-hmm. Nice. You said Scott saying, "Hey Katie, have you heard of the movie called The Ghost in the Darkness? It's about these two men eating wines, and they go
on a killing railway."
I haven't heard of that.
But I think Steven's doing a watch party on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, members only watch party. I think he's got that lined up for tomorrow. No, on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
On the 20th, yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it neither, but it's interesting that he brought that up because I was going to stop by Steven's stream and see what was up with it.
I've never seen that, but I do like movies that are based on true crime and true like stories and stuff because I love The Blind Side. I love that movie.
That is a good movie. That is. It's a really good movie. What was he say? I forget the coach's name. Run the dang ball. Just run it. Run the ball. Love that shit.
Philip saying happy early birthday.
Hey, thanks, Phil. I greatly appreciate it.
Guess whose birthday is 7 days after mine?
7 days after yours?
Huh?
7 days after yours, you said?
Your birthday's before mine, so.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody's birthday after your birthday.
No.
Yeah, so, Katie's 7 days after me.
I was
gonna say you're 7 days after me, the 27th, right?
7 days after him?
Yeah.
Or he
7 days
before you.
Yeah, either way. You hear Mark's mom, she's in the background.
I do. What's up, Mom?
He says, "What's up, Mom?"
Huh?
He says, "What's up, Mom?" She's over here eating strawberries and yogurt.
Hell yeah. Ain't a bad choice.
Oh, blueberries and yogurt. My bad.
That ain't a bad choice neither.
Thank you, Philip. I appreciate it. Cody won't win the title. They're going to bury him like they already started.
I disagree. I think they're going to slow cook this to the next WrestleMania.
Main card to the pre-shows.
Oh, if they do that, I would say to you, Rowdy, like this: if they even think about doing
I
that,
tried to clean that.
Cody Cody will buy out his contract and just probably go back down south to AEW because he has the money to do it.
Gotcha. Sorry, I was talking to Mark's mom about a dish.
No,
I
you're
washed
good.
the dishes and like it's like one of those. I don't. It's like a ceramic, one of those ceramic pots that's like
Mm-hmm.
really heavy. And we what we do is we we like saute stuff in it, and like the pan's like brown like from sauteing it and stuff. And you can't eat it.
Oh, got you, got you, got you.
Hey, Jason, how are you, my dear friend?
What's up, Jason?
Just watched our Los Angeles Golden and the
Las
Knights.
Vegas Golden Knights win a cup. Well, that's awesome, Jason.
What was that?
I'm hoping that
Do you
someday
want me
I
to get
can
it?
say that about my Las Vegas Raiders.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta
Okay,
get something. Just take over. Talk
I
about
got
whatever you
you.
want to talk about.
Yep. But real quick, yeah, Jason, that's awesome, man. Like I said, I really hope the Raiders could win a championship. I mean, we're supposed to be hosting a Super Bowl this year, but I don't trust Josh McDaniels, man. I don't. I don't think. I don't think he's a great coach. I don't think that he's sending us in the right direction. I expect Devontae Adams to be traded by next season. So it's tough. It's so tough being a Raiders fan. But you know what? I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall off. I'm a loyalist, and I love that team. So we get the shit kicked out of us a lot, but it's okay. We win some. Hopefully, we can start winning a lot more. And yeah, I mean, it'd be really, really nice. That's awesome, though, man. I'm actually gonna pull up the chats here on my phone so I can keep up with some of you guys are saying. Just give me a second. There we go. First, let me turn this down. Yup. Jason, okay. Jason saying my wife is a huge Raiders fan. Yeah, that's right. Let's go. That's right, Jason. Great talent, horrible coach. You're not lying about that. You know, I really never envisioned the Raiders being owned by somebody else but a Davis. But I do think it's now time for Mark Davis to sell the team to somebody who gives a damn because he's not his dad. He doesn't care about it like his dad did. And I just want to see somebody actually take over who wants to win some football games and win some championships. Okay, so Rowdy Too Fast said, that's not selling tickets if they do that to Cody, just like when Styles debuted at Royal Rumble. They used him up, sold tickets. Same with Cody at the end of the day. I don't think so, man. I think I'm optimistic for Cody. I think there is going to come a point where he's going to be the guy. I think what they are trying to do is basically build it up to where he has to, overcome so many obstacles before he finally gets crowned and his kingdom is complete. So that's just me. You know what I mean? I personally, I think if Cody feels like they're going to pull the good old kibosh on him, if they're going to try to jerk the carpet from underneath him, like I said, I think personally he has the money, he has the backing. I'll buy out my contract and I'll go back down south. So you talk about getting screwed. Now, Cody got screwed down there, though. So I don't know if he would want to go down there, back down there, I should say. We'll see. Yeah, Jason, that's interesting. You brought Bray Wyatt up. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally don't think it's anything health related, like they are saying. I think it's creative. I really do. I think when he came back and he brought this whole Uncle Howdy and exploding puppets I think when they saw that, they're like, okay, no, you got to go back to the Fiend. And there was reports about that. There was reports that higher up, basically around the time that he basically went on his disappearance, that higher ups basically told him, we want you to go back to the Fiend because it sells merchandise. We don't like this new gimmick. So could I be wrong? Absolutely. And if I am wrong, I definitely hope Bray is doing well and I hope he comes back soon. But I personally think it's creative differences.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Bray Wyatt, he's a wrestler.
Oh no, Mark's mom dropped scissors in between the stove,
Oh
and
shit.
I was crawling. I was literally crawling. That's why I told you to take care over.
Oh
We were
shit.
literally crawling on the floor trying to get the pair of scissors out. It fell in between the stove and the wall. Um,
Don't feel bad. Always have to for the most part crawl underneath the couch just to go grab the dog to get her to eat. Because
oh wow.
the puppy likes to go underneath the couch.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's still small enough to where she can fit. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's her chill spot. She'll really be chilling there. Just laying,
Right.
not doing nothing. Made
Yeah.
it her own spot.
Sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah. We don't. Do we have anything magnetic?
Not that I'm aware
Um. But yeah. So now it's in like a hard spot. So I was like crawling, trying to get it out with the spatula.
Oh shit. It
Things
happens.
you do. Hey
Yep. I
guys,
was about to,
if you
yeah,
guys
it
haven't hit that
happens.
thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. We are 3 away from 30 likes.
There we go. That's what's up. Let's go. That's awesome.
So let's try to get to 30 likes. Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much. He goes, Katie, I wanted you to have an amazing early birthday. Thank you, Jason. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
hell yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys ever want to support the show, let me. I do have a Patreon, so if you guys ever want to support the show, you can. I just don't say it that much, but if you guys
Right.
want to support the show, you can.
Yeah, that's something that I've been wanting to get back on too. I'm thinking about just offering like one tier, like $6 a month, and just like
Mm-hmm.
jam a bunch of content on it for like, like just basically this is the content I'm gonna do on it for the week, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's all I can really do. Like
Hold on, let me.
it's tough trying to get over to the Patreon platform and really hone in on what I want to do for that when I have so much other stuff going on YouTube.
Right. Well, because I'm not monetized yet, hopefully I'll get
You will,
monetized
Sadie.
this year.
You will. Trust me, you will.
You
Listen,
know.
you just keep putting out when you can, and when you have the time for it, you keep putting out content. You keep putting out content.
Yep. I did
Trust me.
last night. If y'all haven't checked out my new video on the movie Twister from 1996, go check that out.
Nice. Twister.
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic.
I love that movie. It's such a simple like movie, but it's so good.
It is.
It
You
has a
got
lot
Helen
of
Hunt.
famous people in it.
Oh yeah. Helen Hunt. Is it Bill Pullman?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yep.
So here goes
You even
the
got my
link.
boy Roach. You even got my boy Roach from People Under the Stairs in there.
Mm-hmm. So there goes the Patreon page. If y'all want to go check that out, I have a couple of tiers on there. I also have a video that I did on it as well a while back. But on the tiers, if you guys want to go support the channel, you can. I just don't do that too much just because I'm not that type of person. Y'all know that. And then Rowdy Too Fast is saying, but there is one guy that Roman isn't went through that is Randy Orton. I know who Randy
Actually,
Orton is, but I don't know who Roman is.
actually, that's actually not true. Because you have to keep in mind, Roman has never beaten Seth Rollins neither. The last time they faced, Roman got himself disqualified. He still has not beaten Seth Rollins yet neither.
Hey Jason, how are you doing? If you guys haven't gone to check out, go check out Horrific Nightmares JM. He's awesome. He does a lot of movies with the horror man Joe, and they do a lot of different movies that I've never heard of. Lots of horror content, so go check them out.
Okay, you said horror what?
Horrific Nightmare JM.
Horrific Nightmare Jam. Okay.
How you doing, Jason? Hope you're doing well, my friend. They have a lot. They know oh, hold on one second. They know like a lot of movies. They even know not even horror as well. They were doing a Harry Potter stream a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh wow, you guys know Harry Potter.
I just subscribed.
Jason, you got a new subscriber. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, they were talking about Harry Potter a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. I like
I
the
love
first Harry Potter. I didn't really like the rest of them, and just maybe that's just me, but I liked the first Harry Potter movie they came out with.
You have to watch them all because the other ones become like more like horror.
No, I did.
Oh.
And I don't know.
Jason
I just
saying
think
thank you. You're
I
welcome.
liked the first one, but I just didn't like the rest of them. I don't know why.
Oh. The books are better if you like to read.
That's what I'm saying. The books are better. I remember reading the books in school because they had them in school and stuff like that. And yeah, the books were way more fascinating.
This is what I bought myself for my birthday. I got a new book. You know how I was reading last time? I got a new book. I thought that one sounded good.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to look up Cycle of the Werewolf.
We still have to do Silver Bullet book.
I know. Cycle of the Werewolf.
I love to read. They get darker and darker with every movie. I love the Harry Potter film so much. Me too, Jamie. Me too. Me too. I like them as well. I like that. Patrick and I have Cheeto Bellevue. We're still doing the Hunger Games. We're still doing the Hunger Games trilogy. So the next one we'll be talking about is Catching Fire.
Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
You still couldn't get it?
Okay, so
she's still trying to get the scissors. She's still trying to get the scissors from behind the stove. The oven.
Really?
I'll make a YouTube video of it. You trying to get that out for your channel.
Okay, so I'm looking it up now, and apparently Walmart has a paperback the paperback version that you can get off their site, and they'll send it to you.
If I had a wire hanger, you could.
Yeah, it's only $15.05.
Oh.
They don't even have them anymore. Well.
I might have one in my trunk of my car, like all the way. Like I'd have to hop in there to grab it.
Yeah, they have it for Walmart, free shipping and all that stuff. And eBay. eBay is actually cheaper. I might just buy it off of that.
You know this one place that you could get it from too. Forget what the name of it, but they sell used books though. It's a website. They sell used books. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
We took there too.
Yeah, I need to grab this.
The only reason they put the title on Rollins was because he was gonna walk. I watched a podcast and he had the heat with Triple H backstage. I actually like Triple H.
Oh, pull that back up again.
Huh?
Pull it back up again. The only reason they put the title on Rollins is because he was gonna walk. I watched the podcast. Yeah, you want to know why? Because they were dicking him around, and rightfully so. That guy has been fucking putting out top-notch matches for the last couple years, and his character has evolved, and the fans, you see it. Like, he deserved the fucking title. So, yeah, Triple H did the right thing. Because then this is another thing, too. At least Rollins is going to defend that title every single week if he has to.
Right.
Roman ain't doing that, so...
Let's see. Dude
deserved it.
Let's see.
I fucks with Seth Rollins heavy. I'm a fan of Seth Rollins, so maybe I'm a little biased. You know what I mean? But he deserved that shit.
Likes. Thank you guys
Let's
for
go.
The stream. We got to 30.
That's what's up. And if we can, let's just keep it ticking up because the more likes, the more it pushes through the algorithm.
Let's try to see if we can get to 50. Share it out, everybody. Go on your other channels and like it that way too.
Hell yeah, shit. You got to cheat to win sometimes. You know what I
Right?
mean? Shit, dead serious. I ain't gonna
Mhm.
lie to you. I got my laptop and I got my cell phone. I pressed the like on both.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I use both.
I have my personal channel and I liked my own stream. Is that bad?
No, no. Did you post to? Did you post to do that? That's like a must.
Eh, all right, just be careful.
Hopefully, alligators hit me.
The alligators are gonna come get you. The werewolf's gonna come get you.
Nah, I'll scare them
Gotta
away.
be careful. Got a
I'm
silver
only
bullet.
kidding. There's no werewolves here.
You never know.
Worried about.
She's worried about the alligators because there is a pond behind my house, or a
Okay.
lake, or whatever you want to call it, and she's scared of alligators.
I don't blame her.
Because it's Florida,
Yeah.
so she's afraid of.
Florida.
She's saying that's what happens in Florida. Cause it's the northern people. Us Florida people that were born and raised here. We don't go near the ponds. We don't go near where the alligators live.
That's smart. Yeah, that's a smart move. Stay away from them. Fuck.
Rollins is defending the title next week on next against the Baron Breaker.
See?
Or did
Look
I
at
say
that.
that wrong? I don't know.
See, look at that. That's a champion's champion right there. Roman ain't doing that. You got Seth Rollins, who is he's a main Carter, has been for what, over about a decade now? Yeah. And he's still willing to go down to the developmental brand to elevate somebody. That's
Mhm.
what you're supposed to do as the champion. You're supposed to elevate everybody. Why do you think back in the Attitude Era, it was so fun? It was so great because you had Stone Cold elevating Rock elevating Triple H, Undertaker, Triple H, or Mankind and Undertaker.
Right.
They all elevated each other. Like, you got to do that as a champion.
You want to see what I made? Oh my god, my laptop was just about ready to fall.
Let me see.
That would have been bad.
What was it?
Oh, I made this. Well, I'm making it. See, there's
Oh,
little
wow.
diamonds in there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, see, diamonds right there.
Okay. Holy shit.
It's Stitch.
That's what I recognized. I was trying to figure out who it was, but I'm like, yo, why can I not get it?
See their little diamonds?
Yep.
I love to do this. I'm actually making one for Eric, and I'm making one for Steven too.
Nice.
I'll make you one too.
Okay, cool. Can you make one Dr. Loomis?
My laptop crap. What?
Can you make a Dr. Loomis one?
They have it. I'd have to look on Amazon if they have a Dr. Loomis one.
They do. Let me know.
I know that
That'd
they
be
have.
so sick.
Let me see. I know that they have Michael Myers.
Okay, yeah.
That's your favorite franchise.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. If you could make me one, I would appreciate that. That'd be cool. Hell yeah.
Of course. I'm gonna make Echo one too. Echo wants one.
Thank God. I'm getting hangry. I might have to order something. I'm getting hangry. I might have to order something.
Do you need to get off here so you can eat?
No, we're good. See, the beautiful thing about this one place that I go to here, it just doesn't close till 2:00. So I got time.
They don't have a Loomis one, but they do have a Halloween. Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, they don't got Loomis, it's okay. You know what I mean? I'll take the Michael.
Let's see. Oh, this is a cool Freddy one. Look at this Freddy one.
Ew, that is tight. Ew, that's sick. That is real sick. You get that off Amazon?
Mm-hmm. They're called diamond art paintings.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Like they have this one with Michael, Freddy, Ghostface, Jigsaw, and Jason.
All together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me get. Yeah, I would want that one. Just because it has everybody.
And
Like,
then they also have
I want that one. Yeah.
and then they also have this one. Like they're like all like them like this as well.
Ew, yeah, I like that one better because it has more animation, like cartoon behind it. I
Mm-hmm.
like that.
And that
Yeah,
one's
I
only
need
like
that.
$11.
Yeah, I need that. I want to check this
And
out.
then let me see. And then look at this Jason one. This is the one that I got for night. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool?
Ew, that is cool. That is real tight. I like that. Man, they got some cool stuff on there.
Oh, I'm gonna get this one for myself because I love Sam. Look at this cute one of Sam.
Is that
That's Sam.
where's that from?
Trick or Treat.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
You don't like that movie?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, so I'm gonna have to
Oh,
revisit that
that's
one
cool.
too.
Hey, look, I can make coasters for y'all too. They have like coasters as well.
That's sick. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that's on Amazon. I. Oh yeah, and then I got this one for Craven. Here you go.
Ew, that's sick. I like that. Yeah, that's one I seen that design on one of the blankets up there in Texas.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
And then look at this Michael one.
that's just like my hoodie. That's the same exact design I have on my hoodie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
And they have different like ones. Like they have this one as well of Michael and the fire background. I think that's kind of cool.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that. That's tight. They
And
got
they're
some
only
good
like
stuff.
these are on Amazon and anybody can do them. They're easy. They're like some of them are like $8, some of them are like $10. It just depends on how big and everything. You
Huh.
know.
Yeah, you said they're on Amazon?
Mhm. Just type in diamond art paintings.
Diamond Art Paintings.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really cute. That's so cute. It's Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, and a gremlin. It's so cute. And then Mandalorian's like in the background. That's kind of cute.
Diamond Art Paintings.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds cool.
They're a lot of fun.
Shit, looks fun. I need a couple of those, especially that one, the Friends and the Burning Michael.
See, even
Found
this
me in the
one's kind
village.
of cool too. See?
That is tight. Yeah.
People are like,
Legends of Horror.
people are probably like, what are they doing? Look at diamond art paintings now.
Trying to find some new merch.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it basically is. Is they're little diamonds, and you just put them on the canvas. They give you like a little like thing, and you just put them on the canvas. The canvas comes already pre-made, and then you just put the diamonds on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's tight. Yeah. That's it. Sounds cool to me.
Like,
A quick, easy put together. Let's go.
well, it takes time.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be patient.
See, they come like this,
Okay.
and then you just have to fit it with the
Okay.
color that it says on the right side, and then see, I have it in baggy. So this is like the little tray you use, and then this
Okay.
is like the little pen that you use, and then this red thing right here
Uh huh.
is what you use to to stick the dots onto the canvas.
Huh.
It's like a glue.
Oh, okay, makes sense. So they don't, come popping out.
Yep.
Yeah, I
So,
need I need a couple of those.
do you like to do arts and crafts like that?
I like it to do more on digitally, like I'm trying to learn it that way. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't mind doing shit like that by hand or whatever, just especially to occupy time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that would be cool to sit in some backgrounds too, like when you get a nice little space and stuff, and like when I get a nice little space to set up my background, that'd be cool to have back there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I like to do that kind of stuff in my free time. So if anybody wants me to make them one, let me know and I'll make you one.
Oh
You know.
yeah, but yeah, I got to get into that. That's pretty cool.
And if you have questions, just let me know and I could help you out.
Got you.
Darn ant, get off. I have like these sugar ants on my laptop. I hate them. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I
then
hate
and
that
then
shit.
they're still talking about Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. And then they're still talking. Vince wanted uh um what's his face to stop.
Yeah, Vince wanted Cena to break the 16 times. Cena's always said another one 17.
John Cena. You can't
Oh
see me.
yeah,
You can't
I
see
mean,
me.
it's nothing to take away from Cena. He could win the belt a 17th time. To me, he will never be the wrestler that Ric
Mm-hmm.
Flair was. Like, there's levels to this shit. Ric Flair was a technician. John Cena, as we all know, he has the 5 moves and that's it. It's like Flair
Mm-hmm.
could do just about anything he wanted and talk you out of the building. Cena,
Right.
I mean, Cena was a good promo. Don't get me wrong, but he
I
Flair,
think John Cena's a better actor than he was on wrestling, to be honest.
he's definitely improved his acting. He
Mhm.
definitely has.
Have you seen him
Compared to
in
when he
um
started, like
have
when
you
he
seen him
started, he wasn't that great.
have you seen him in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer?
Uh huh.
That movie is so funny. And
Yep.
I think it's so funny when they're in the movie theater and
Yep.
he's telling the guy to like be quiet, or the guy's
Guys
telling him to
like,
be quiet.
and he calls him Mark
And
Wahlberg.
yeah.
Yep. My boy said Mark Wahlberg. I look like I ate Mark Wahlberg.
Yep. I find
Or
that
he said,
so funny.
Mark. I look like Mark Wahlberg ate Mark Wahlberg. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're actually friends in real life. That's why it was
Oh no,
probably
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, they're definitely like that. There's definitely some similarities there, especially when they were younger.
mhm.
Like, they definitely did look like they could be brothers or something.
So Echo, those are called they're more like little sequins, but they call them diamond art paintings because they look like diamonds when they're in the light, but they're like little sequins. Or you could call them beads too. Two different meetings though. Um and then I also liked him in Sisters. Did you see Sisters with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey? Did you see that?
No.
Oh, you have to watch that. It's so funny. Uh so John Cena is their drug dealer.
That's a classic. That's
It's
funny.
so funny.
I'll have to watch it just because of
It's
that.
them.
That's funny.
It's So Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Yeah,
Play
Saturday Night
well.
Live.
Yeah, they play very very well off each other. Well, Tina Fey also wrote 30 Rock.
Yep.
And Mean Girls actually.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she
Um,
damn sure is. Tina Fey's the shit. I like Tina Fey.
and so in this movie, they're sisters, and they have to sell. Their parents are selling their childhood home, so they do one last party there, and Maya Rudolph is in it as well, and they throw this party and they want drugs, so they call John Cena. It's so funny to see him with neck tattoos and act like a drug dealer. It's so funny.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of used to the gangster act because he did that in wrestling, and he actually
Mhm.
did good at it. So I could see him playing that role to a T.
And then
But
I also
I liked him in Blockers or whatever
Yeah, I did too.
because to me, in terms of how I would envision him actually being a dad, like that kind of like militant,
Mm-hmm.
like he's strict and whatever. I could see him actually being like that in real life, which is why I really enjoyed that role for him in that movie because it was funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. And then I liked him in Daddy's Home too. That was so
Yep,
fun.
yep. I love the ending when he and in part one when he pulls up. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't expecting that. That shit had me laughing. I was
Well,
like, yo,
don't
that's
forget
some
Mark
fucking
Wahlberg
shit.
did that to Will Ferrell in the beginning.
Yep, and that's why I was dying because that happened earlier in the film with Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was so funny. Uh,
Hell
I
yeah.
I can't see John Cena. The light keeps bouncing off the bald spot on his head right into my blinding eyes. Bautista would have been even better, but he was already in his 30 joining WWE.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, I feel like Batista, though he was good, I don't feel like he ever loved the wrestling business. I
I think
think
he's a better
Batista,
actor.
I think he's what he's always wanted to do was basically get his notoriety in wrestling and then break into Hollywood. I definitely believe that, and he has. You know what I mean? Which is good for him. I like Batista. He's a good talent.
He
But
seems like
I
he's
just
a chill dude.
yeah, not like I watch his interviews and stuff. He seems like he is pretty chill.
Uh, Jason's asking if you could see any wrestler come back and in their prime, who would it be?
Austin.
Yep.
Austin, I would pit Austin back in the territory days because I think he would thrive. Because people forget about this about Stone Cold. He before he was Stone Cold, he was Stunning Steve, and he was heavily praised for being a technician in the ring, for being a really good wrestler. So I think if you put Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the territory days, could you imagine how many great matches there could have been? Flair and Austin, like in their primes, Rhodes versus Austin, fucking Hogan versus Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many good wrestlers. I mean, I even told this Randy Orton's dad, Cowboy Bob Orton versus Austin. People forget how good Cowboy Bob was. Like, man, I would put Stone Cold Steve Austin back into the glory days of the 70s, 80s territories where we
Right.
had all those dream matches. Everybody fucking wrestled everybody. Nobody was chicken shit to put on a promotion. Yes.
And then Rowdy Too Fast said, "09 Bautista was unstoppable."
Huh? I mean,
I didn't watch wrestling past like 2005, so I'm lost. So
I
I
mean,
don't.
I feel like I just like Batista's rise more than I liked. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say you're wrong in that assessment. I just feel like the best version of Batista for me when he was hitting his stride and breaking away from Triple H and Flair.
Mm-hmm. Bautista puts Cena on the shelf for 9 months. Can't forget
Yeah,
that.
he fucked him up. Yeah, he did. He
Which
did.
ghost face would make the best wrestler?
Oh, that's a good one. um,
I probably have to say Billy.
man, it's tough. It's only tough because I can actually see a couple of them make it work just because of how they talk. Like Billy, yeah, definitely Billy. He'd be a great talker. Stu, because Stu would have the comedy aspect of the wrestling game down. Charlie, because Charlie can be that bumbling little mush mouth fucking dweeb who everybody
Mhm.
fucking picks on, but he's not as fucking, he's not as, how can I say it? he's not soft like they think he is. He actually will fucking go. You know what I mean? Like he'll actually, wrestle, or he'll put up a fight.
Chad
You know
also
what I mean? Like,
would be
and
kind of
Jill, and Jill too, because she's the way the dialogue in Scream 4 when she reveals herself. Yeah, she'd be a great wrestling talker,
I
a
even
great
say
manager.
Chad too.
Who?
Chad.
He wasn't Ghostface though, but as a character, if you're talking about Scream characters, yeah, because he has the build.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
That's a
Ghostface?
good question, Jason.
It is.
I
I'd
thought
have to
Jason
also
would say
say Roman. I'd also have to say Roman, and because as a wrestling fan, storytelling and storylines are really key, and Roman knows how to direct a movie. So,
right. I thought Jason would say the long man from Phantasm. Because you remember on Night Stream he kept on saying Phantasm, Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Jason. I'm just messing around. Ghostface WrestleMania is coming to PS5 2023. Nice.
Wait, Ghostface WrestleMania. That's funny.
Is it actually going to be like an unlocked character?
I don't know. I guess so.
And
Maybe.
Jason saying Phantasm rules. I've only seen the first one.
One of the greatest scores ever.
I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other.
Oh man.
I did a video on it.
Jason just he just hit me in my soul right there, because that's one of my favorite underrated horror movies of all time, and that score will always hold dear place to my heart, because it's just a fucking fantastic score that doesn't get enough love. Like, I hear that score and I'm just like, how doesn't nobody talk about it in the way that it should be? Like, that score was amazing.
Right.
Oh man. See, that's another movie I'd like to, get back on too on the channels. Some Phantasm.
Katie, would you need to get lost in one weekend and watch them all? I will. It's just I don't have a lot of free time at the moment. Marcus knows. I work like 12-hour days.
Hold on. Go back to that last one.
This one?
Yeah. This is where I would disagree, Rowdy. And the reason why I would disagree is what you went back to earlier and said you feel like they were going to do with Cody, if I'm not mistaken. I think if they were to bring CM Punk back, they would intentionally bring him back to fucking bury him. I really do. And which is why you even amidst all the stuff that went on with the EVPs and AEW and, fucking Twinkle Toes and, the fucking the Young Bucks and their fucking stupid shit. With all that, he went back to he's coming back to AEW. To me, that speaks volumes. That tells me he wouldn't even consider going back to WWE, even if it ain't working out in AEW, he's going home. He's staying home.
Who?
CM Punk. I think even he knows if he were to try to go back there, especially if Triple H is still which right now we know he is, he's running creative. Triple H would fucking bury him just because CM Punk shitted on him multiple times publicly about how much Hunter didn't like him, how fucking stupid they were when it came to his booking before. Like, CM Punk, I don't ever think will ever be back in the WWE. I would really be shocked. I mean, I know Triple H and them, they go on national TV and say what they want, like, oh no, anything could happen. We might work with him again. No, they won't. Yeah, they'll work with him again so they can fucking bury him. That's why. I would not want to see CM Punk back in WWE, because they would definitely have Roman smash on him. They would favor Roman. And two reasons why they would favor Roman. One, he's their cash cow now. Two, Roman doesn't like him. In real life, Roman has went on record saying, I do not like Phil Brooks. Y'all know how I feel about him. Vince ain't gonna sit there and let CM Punk win or Triple H beat
Mhm.
Roman or anybody. You know what I mean? I personally do not believe CM Punk will ever be back in the WWE.
If y'all want to go watch my Phantasm review, it's right here. I just linked it in the
Okay.
chat.
Hell yeah.
What are your thoughts on John Carpenter's video game Toxic Commandos?
Never heard of it.
I haven't heard of it either. Young Bucks were once on WWE.
Oh, it's Matt and Nick
Question for both
Jackson.
of you: what movie did you watch the most every year? What movie do we watch the most every year?
Halloween.
Me, I watch the most every year. I watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a good one.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. I like that movie.
But yeah, Jason, man, I can literally watch Halloween anytime. And I'm talking
I,
about the
I watch a lot of
the
Halloween
parts of
too.
the franchise I don't like 5 and 6. I can still watch Halloween any time of the year.
Right? Yep. Like this year, I'm gonna bring back Halloween extravaganza, so I'll be watching a whole bunch of movies in Halloween.
Yeah, what I'm planning this year for when October hits is I'm gonna do the franchise via watch party. One,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be in 1 through 6, and then 7 through 13.
Nice.
So you count up the hours at 12 hours live.
Yep. Don't forget,
Yeah,
I watched all those last year with Knight and Craven.
that's right. And I remember Austin did his for Scream before Scream 6 came out too.
Mm-hmm. And I
You know
was
what I
there
mean?
for
So
those
I'm
two.
going in. I will be starting what I'm planning to start. I know some people might be up, some people might not be up. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting at 6 a.m. in the morning when I start this up. Because then I want to say
Maybe
by
I'll
the
pop
time
on a few times or something.
I would say by the time 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, because you gotta think that's about
Mm-hmm.
6 movies, about 2 hours long. So that's like 11, 12 hours. Yeah. So about five, but anywhere between 5 and 6 o'clock is when the run of movies is going to be over. Then, of course, a little bit of talking afterwards. So I'll probably say 7 o'clock, you know what I mean? PM is
Mm-hmm.
when I'll end. So that's like 13 hours right there.
Yep. Just like
Like,
watching all the Lord of the Rings movies back to back like that.
oh my goodness. I give y'all credit for doing that.
I love the Lord of the Rings movies.
I give it to you.
I guess I'm such a big nerd.
No, and there's nothing wrong. Listen, there's movies, that are kind of like that I like. You know what I mean? I just never, I don't know. They bore the shit out me. You know what I mean? Like, I guess because it's deep. I know it's deep storytelling, but just that type of atmosphere. I don't like the atmosphere around it. Like it's all, it's. I get it's supposed to be fantasy and all that, but I personally never got into it.
Do you like
You know what I mean?
Chronicles of Narnia better?
Yes. Hell yeah. Chronicles was my shit. Narnia was the shit.
I read all those books too.
Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia was the shit.
But did you know Chronicles of Narnia is not actually the first book?
Yes, I did. I know. I
A lot of
forget what
people
the
don't know
first
that.
book is called. I forget what the first book is called, but I found that out eventually that wasn't the
The
first book.
nephew's son or the nephew's something.
It's just like The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is the real fucking Avatar. Like I know they got the Avatar movies out with the blue creatures and stuff.
I don't
When
like them.
I don't either. When I was younger, I was taught Avatar, The Last Airbender was Avatar. The kid with the arrow in his head, with his little buddies
Mm-hmm.
with him, riding on it. I forget if it's a dragon, wherever the fuck he's riding on, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But that's what I knew to be Avatar. So when they brought Avatar out, I'm excited. I'm like, oh my God, they're bringing this out as a movie. Yes, it's going to be so good. And I see the blue creature on the poster. What the fuck is this?
Right?
Like, I'm like, this better be like a villain creature or something like that. And I start
Right.
seeing previews of the movie. I'm like, this is not Avatar. And then a few years after that, The Last Airbender starts promoting it. I'm like, see, this is the Avatar I know. Like, and
Mhm.
they did a great job with that movie too. That boy, he looked just like the cartoon.
Yeah, he did. Um,
Just like the cartoon. It
Echo
was
saying
crazy.
they dropped a new trailer for John Carpenter's Toxic Commando on YouTube a few days ago. Okay, I'll check it out. I
Huh.
just watched the thing for like the 100th time, and I truly believe it is a perfect movie. The soundtrack is so underrated. I agree with you, Jason.
I have a lot more of respect for the thing now than I did a year ago.
Mouth of Madness is such an underrated movie. I've never seen that one.
You know what else is an underrated, nice little slasher? Dr. Giggles, baby.
The what?
Dr. Giggles.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's got Holly Marie Combs from fucking Charmed in it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's got a
I
couple
love
other
Charm.
noticeable actors too.
I love Charm.
Yeah, hell yeah.
See, I
Like,
got Hocus. See, we both kind of have Halloween shirts on. I got Hocus Pocus on today.
but like that Dr. Giggles movie, what I like about it
Mhm.
is it's basically about this doctor, well, this doctor's son or
Mhm.
whatever, and nobody really knows about him, but he basically, out of revenge or whatever, because his dad was just like him, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember it right. It has been a while since I've watched it. But his dad basically was taking females, you know what I mean, and cutting them open or whatever and stuff, performing surgeries or whatever he shouldn't have been doing.
Mhm.
So then his dad dies, and basically he basically was the he basically came out as like, I guess I don't want to say he wasn't supposed to happen, but
Mhm.
no, let me say that wrong. Right. His mom got sick or whatever. So both his
Mhm.
parents ended up dying or whatever. Here, when they took their bodies to the morgue, his dad, before basically he died or whatever, sewed him up in the mom's stomach while he was like 6, 7 years old.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then that's how basically he escaped and was out in the world or whatever. This
Mhm.
motherfucker, he's just fun. I love it because he's like so precise in what he's saying, like a doctor would be.
Mhm.
And then he just busts out every time, and it just geeks me the fuck out. I'm like, yo, this dude's the shit. I like him.
Right. Gotcha.
It's
Okay, I'll
definitely
check it out.
that's actually going to be one of my I'm saying it here now. So if any of my members are here watching, that's going to be the first members only watch party on the channel.
Nice.
Yes, I cannot wait for it because that to me is an underrated gem. I love Dr. Giggles.
Hey CF Paranormal. How are you doing?
What's up?
Don't know why Dr. Gibbles gives me more love than someone needs to do a watch party for. I could see the movie catch fire and fully get its flower.
I'm telling you,
Just
man, like
for
it's a good
Dr. Gibble
movie.
out there, you watch it.
There's some good shots in that movie, and Jason is going to know what I'm talking about. But when they're at the carnival and they're basically in the mirroring, basically in a, you know how you walk into one of those rides where it's like a double mirror
Yeah.
and stuff. That shot in that movie is fucking fantastic. The way they had it, it was great.
Hmm.
Like that, there's one of those shots that's just like, oh man, that's good. Like it's a good movie. I like it. I can't wait to revisit it. Definitely a fucking fun film. I love it. Oh
I
yeah.
was I'm right here. I was just looking at something on my leg.
Oh,
Where
you're good.
yeah, I'm good. It's where I'm gonna get you know how I have to go for surgery tomorrow. So you guys,
Yeah.
this is my last stream until like sometime next week because I'm going out for surgery tomorrow. I was looking at the cyst that's opened on my leg. That's why I have to get
Ooh.
surgery. Yeah.
Well, at
It's been
least you're getting
open.
that taken care of. And like I said,
It's been like
seal it
that
up
for
and
about
rest it up.
it's been like that for about a month or two.
Ooh, that's no good. But like I said, at least you're getting that taken care of because you don't need that shit like really getting infected and
Well,
all
the
that
doctor
stuff.
knows about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, it's a good thing you're getting it done and taken care of because
Thank you,
over time,
Jason.
you know how that it can get worse because it can get infected or anything.
Mm-hmm. When Chaos won and the titles were popping.
What? No, that's true. Yeah, when Kofi won the title, he was popping. Kofi definitely deserved that.
I don't know if they had a rivalry or if they would ever.
Who? Stone Cold and Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Hell yeah, they did. They were the two biggest stars of the Attitude Era. They had like what I think it was three WrestleMania main events where they went off against each other. Yeah,
Oh,
something squared off. Yeah, and they had other pay per views where they, went at it. Oh yeah, look it up, Katie. That was a big rivalry. It was
I'll
fantastic.
look
It
it
was
up.
fun.
Yeah, y'all are talking about wrestling. I don't watch it anymore, so you don't know what y'all are talking about. But it's
I'm,
okay.
I'm gonna send you this clip for when Stone Cold Steve Austin throws the Rock's belt in the river.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
I wonder if they made up for it or if they're friends now.
Oh no, it's all an act. So they've always been good and stuff. Even The Rock said that to him. He said that about Stone Cold. He said basically, if it wasn't for Stone Cold, who's to say you would have got The Rock that you saw? He
Right.
elevated my game every single time we squared off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Gotcha.
yeah, there was no joke back then.
I
Like,
remember when they introduced the Rock's cousin Rakishi. I remember that.
yep, Rikishi Fatu. Yep.
Hey Del, how you doing? Um, I hope your goes well. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate it, and thank you. We appreciate it. I'm glad you had fun.
Yes. Have a great night, Philip. Thank you for stopping by, bud.
Yes, thank you. Orton versus McMahon rivalry was nice in 2010.
I agree. I agree. Orton was straight savage, man.
I have not I have not seen that, Scott.
Oh yeah. That one, yeah. Ghost in the Darkness, yeah.
I have not seen it. So I have a movie list while I'm out. I'm gonna be watching a whole bunch of movies. So when I get back, I'll be reviewing them.
Hell yeah, I know that's right. Shit, I gotta still watch this Boogeyman movie too and see if see what all the fuss was about.
Oh, the Pokemon movie.
Yeah, I did start to see some people in the community say they didn't like it, but I'm still
Mhm.
gonna give it a shot.
He's saying route it too fast and saying, "Give me your top 5 wrestlers. I'll give you mine."
Man, that's a good one. So
Who was Jimmy? I don't even know who
if I'm
Jimmy
gonna put if I'm gonna
Superfly
put
is.
if I'm gonna have a top five, and this is just basically because that's how I feel about it. The Rock comes in at number 5. Number 4, Bret Hart. Number 3, Randy Orton. Number 2, Stone Cold. Even though he is my GOAT, I always put Ric Flair number 1.
Yeah,
I
Ric
know some
Flair's
will
really
sit
good.
there and say, what about Dusty Rhodes and all that? I'm not taking nothing away from him. This is just my personal list.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, like I said, like, and don't get me wrong, Undertaker should be in there too. You know what I mean?
I
I
love the
just happen,
Undertaker.
I love the Undertaker too. I just happen to gravitate more towards the guys that I mentioned than Taker and some of the other guys. Hell,
Oh,
you
okay.
could you could throw Shawn Michaels in there. The reason why I put Bret Hart on that list is because when you go back, and they all tell you this in interviews, when you talk about the nickname, the excellence of execution, that was no joke.
Hmm.
Everything that he did in that ring was pre choreographed. Everything that he did maneuver wise meant something. And I think that has to be
Right.
accounted for when you're talking about a professional wrestler. You know what I mean? Bret Hart, when you go back and watch those fucking matches, that dude, that dude was a fantastic
Hmm.
professional wrestler.
Gotcha.
Like, yes.
Yes, I remember Rugrats and Wild Thornberries. I was more of a teenager when they came out, but yeah. Do you
Yep,
remember
Wild
that?
Thornberries and Rugrats. Dun, 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 dun,
Because I'm a
dun,
little older than Marcus. Not by
dun,
much,
dun,
but I'm a
dun.
little older than Marcus. So I was more of a
Yeah,
teenager when those came out.
yeah. Rugrats was my shit. I ain't
Can you
even
believe
gonna lie.
I'll be
Tommy Pickles.
37 on the 27th.
Yeah, I'm only 3 years behind. I'll be 34 on the 20th.
So that's why I said I'm a little bit older.
Yeah.
So by the time those came out, I was like, um, when Rugrats came out, I was like 6 or 7, but when Wild Thornberries came out, I was like 13, 14, somewhere around there.
Yeah, Wild
Um,
Thornberries was the shit, though.
yeah, it was.
Mhm.
Or Rocket Power. I loved Rocket Power.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see this. The wrestler starring Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, I did too. It was good. Chris
I
Jericho
thought it was a
and
good I thought it was a good movie.
I like Chris Jericho. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that movie was a good movie.
Mhm.
Um
Hey Cody, what's going on, my dear friend?
I don't agree with the notion that every wrestler blades because they don't. There are some wrestlers back in the day that bladed themselves like that. That was true. But the notion that they made it in the movie, like
Hmm.
basically a professional wrestler when they get busted open bleeding, that they cut themselves with blades all the time. That's not true. Because sometimes they use blood caps that they rub against their face, something
Right.
like that. And then it's just like, but the movie was good though. Mickey Rourke rocked it.
Hmm. I like The Fighter. I actually like that's more of a
Yes,
boxing
Mickey
movie.
Ward. Yes, Mark Wahlberg is Mickey Ward. Yep.
Hmm.
And Christian Bale is Dickie Eklund. Yes.
Um, I'm watching Evil Dead Rise. I haven't seen it yet. That's on my list. While I'm recuperating, that's on my list to watch.
Oh, it's really good. Nothing
What
about
do
it.
you think of Disney's Gargoyles? Oh, I loved Gargoyles.
Yes. Chief
That
David, come on.
I used to watch Gargoyles and Batman, like the cartoon Batman,
Yep.
before I went to school every morning.
Man, that for me.
That and I used to watch just when I went to middle school. Moesha and Sister would
Yep.
come on, so I'd watch that.
Moesha, yeah. I like how you know about Moesha, Casey.
Why?
Yeah, because not too many people know about that show.
It's Brandy. I loved Brandy at that time.
Not too many people know the show Moesha. Like, yeah. Mm.
Legend with John Cena was good.
The Wayne Burr show,
Hmm.
that was the shit.
I used to on Friday nights when they used to have TGIF, I used to watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I used to watch Smart Guy, all those.
Wow, that's crazy. Yup, hanging with me, the classic.
What are
Yup.
you surprised I know what that is?
No, I'm just like I haven't heard those names dropped in shows, so I'm just like, yo, like that is so crazy. It's cool.
Marcus, do you remember Ed Eddie and
Yeah,
Johnny
hell yeah.
Bravo? Yeah, I remember all those.
Yep. Hell
I
yeah.
used to watch.
Johnny Bravo, come here, baby.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Johnny Bravo.
I actually know how to draw the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
I can
really?
draw them. Yeah,
Holy shit.
and I
But
used to
yeah,
watch
nah, it's
Cry.
just crazy because I haven't heard anybody like bring up these old shows like that in a while. So when I hear them, it takes me back. I ain't gonna lie, it takes me back to my
You
childhood. Like
remember
I feel like
Rocco's
I'm
Modern Life?
Wait, what was that?
Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, of course.
You know the frogs when they used to call him Mr. and Mrs. Big Head.
Uh
I thought they said the D word. I was like Mr. and Mrs.
huh. You know what else was my shit? Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that too. And Ren and Stimpy.
Fucking Beavis
Hmm.
and Butthead.
And Ren and Stimpy.
Yes. Hell yes. Hey Arnold.
Hmm.
Wait, are you
Actually,
afraid of it?
Disney
Are
owns
you?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yep.
Roundhouse,
Yep.
Goosebumps,
Goosebumps. Yep.
Power Rangers, VR
Wonder Years.
Troopers. What did you say?
One. Wonder Years.
Yep. X-Men.
Yep.
What else used to come on?
Captain
Sonic.
Planet. What is it? Captain Planet or something like that?
Yeah, Captain Planet.
Yep.
Sonic.
Yeah,
What else?
Sonic. Yep. Beetleborgs.
Mm-hmm. Even
Hell yeah.
Stevens, I used to watch that.
Haha, even Steven. Yes, let's go.
Pete and Pete. Yep, I used to watch that too.
Hell yes. Love
Marcus,
it.
you Rowdy's asking Marcus, do you remember the Nexus? They tore up WWE on debut on Raw.
Yeah, they did. And then you know what happened next? Fucking John Cena, didn't want to put those guys over, so that's why that shit tanked out the way it did. And it was
And
stupid because Wade Barrett, and I still think, and I'm so mad he's commentating because that guy is a really good wrestler and a really good talker. And they just, with some of those guys, man, with those talents, that they just don't know how to use them or don't want to use them the right way. It's sad.
May Anson, we're taking her back to the 2000s.
Hell yeah, let's go. Please, shit, listen. I wish I could go back sometimes, like just even for a day. You know what I mean? Just go back.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah, actually, Disney owns the rights to Doug now. It's not Universal, it's Disney now.
Oh, Doug. Oh man, Patty Mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought that was like a weird name for
I know.
a character.
I know.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh,
And then
my goodness.
Cat Dog. You remember Cat Dog?
Yep.
And
Hell
then
yeah.
Angry Beavers.
Yep. Fucking Leave It to Beaver.
Yep. I used to watch all that.
Hell yes.
I used to watch also, what else did I used to watch?
God rest his
Blossom.
soul. God rest his soul. My papa, my
Did you
grandfather
ever
Victor.
see Blossom?
No, I haven't. Wait, Blossom?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar.
You know the girl that's on The Big Bang Theory and she plays on My Name is Kat or Hello Cat?
William Shatner's daughter.
No, it's not William Shatner's daughter.
The blonde hair girl?
Mia Blank or however you say her name.
So it's not the blonde hair girl.
No.
Hold on. Let me look this up real quick.
The main character in Blossom, the girl. Joey Lawrence used to play in that show as well. Yeah, I like NASCAR. NASCAR's cool. Guys, I have to something to tell you. I do not care for like Cartoon Networks today. It's just, yeah, I agree with you, Scott.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
I want to go back to the 80s.
Yep, because it had Joey Lawrence in it. Yep, and Jenna and Vonoy.
The two stupid dogs. Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah.
Yep, Brittany Murphy was in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, Blossom. Holy shit. You
I used to
remember
watch Step by Step.
You remember the show in the morning, City Guys?
Yep. Family Matters.
Wow. Well, that's fucking great. Now, let me ask you this. In your schools, did you guys have Channel 1?
No.
You didn't have Channel 1? Okay, so let me tell you a quick funny story about Channel 1. All right, you know the Hollywood reporter Maria Menounos?
Yeah.
She actually, before she got her big break doing that, on a higher scale, she was on this school program for kids called Channel 1 News, where they were basically doing like news across the world or across the U.S., like showing good deeds, like community drives and educational shit. That's where I first got introduced to Maria Menounos, was Channel 1 News.
Nice. I actually got introduced to her when she used to play on One Tree Hill.
Yup, see? That's funny. It's so funny because, you have that experience of watching her for the first time there. And then I have the experience of watching her for the first time when she wasn't even known like that. Like,
Mhm.
it's crazy. Like, because I remember seeing her on One Tree Hill, and I'm like, wait a minute, why she looks so? Holy shit, that's the chick who I used to watch every morning in middle school. It
Mhm.
fucking, I popped. It was funny as shit.
Yeah, One Tree Hill is one of my favorite TV shows besides Gilmore Girls and besides Dawson's Creek.
Okay, hell yeah. Dawson's Creek wasn't a bad show. There's Serenity was a good show.
Yep, I like that one. Firefly was a good show.
Yep.
Fringe is a good show. Um Lost was okay for the first like couple of seasons and then it kind of got weird.
Right.
Kyle Busch, you like Kyle Busch? I
Cool.
don't.
What's it called? Do you ever remember that show on Fox? It was like a murder mystery game called Murder in Small Town X.
Yep.
Wow. I thought I was the only person in the world who fucking remembered that show. That's
No.
great. I love this, Katie.
The
I'm glad we're
girl
on the
who
same level.
Yes, Echo, yes. I told you we like we like a lot of the same stuff.
Hell yeah.
I love
You know
me
what's
too.
sad?
I
I
like
don't know if you know this. You know what's sad about that Murder in Small Town X? The guy who won it, the firefighter, unfortunately the next year right after the show got done, he died in 9/11.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
trying to put out fires and shit like that from the accident or from
Me,
the attack.
I like Brad Kolowski. He's
Brad
talking about
Keselowski.
huh?
Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, he's talking about NASCAR.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite NASCAR driver, he ain't around no more, but it was Jeff Gordon, number
Oh.
24. Let's go.
Yeah, I like Jeff Gordon. I liked Dale Earnhardt Jr. I like Dale Sr. Um but Kyle Busch to me is too full of himself and I just don't like
Gotcha.
him.
Do you remember?
He's saying
Do
I
you
like
remember?
horse face.
Do you like the horse? Why you gotta come at my boy Gordon like that, man? Like, listen, you can say what you want about him, but you can't say he wasn't a great race car driver. He was phenomenal, especially in his early years. He was that guy.
No, I think he's talking about Brad Klowski.
Oh, Keselowski.
Mm-hmm.
Keselowski's good too, though. I like Keselowski.
Yeah.
I like his attitude. He just seems like he's chill as fuck.
Mm-hmm. But you know what my favorite sport is, though? My favorite sport, well, there's two of them, is baseball and hockey. I love hockey.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hockey, I used to be into it a lot more than I am now.
Well, my team went. My team went to Stanley Cup Finals.
Who's your team?
The Panthers.
Nice, nice.
Hey,
That's
hey,
right. That's
hey,
who the
Max.
Knights were playing.
What was that?
That's right. That's who the Vegas Knights were playing.
Yep. Too bad they lost, but that's okay.
Hey, you know what?
There's always
To
next
even
year.
get that far, to even get that far is an accomplishment.
Well, they haven't been that far since like when James Jam Beesbrook played for them.
Yep.
And he was like one of the best goalies that they had.
Yeah, I wish I followed it like I used to. I just don't. And the same goes for baseball. Like,
I'm a
I still love
Marlins
my
fan.
Yankees. I still support my Yankees, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I feel like a piece of my fanhood of the Yankees left when Jeter left. Because that was the era I grew up in.
Derek Cheater.
Yeah, the captain. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, that's the era I grew up in.
Mhm.
Those, especially in the late '90s. Fucking Chuck Knobloch,
Yeah.
Jeter, Paul O'Neill. All that, we had great rosters.
You
So,
know who
like,
I used to like a lot? Was Kent Griffey Jr.
Griffey Jr. was the shit. But and this is gonna be a hot take. I know some people might not like this, but I ain't gonna lie. My dude was Barry Bonds.
Who doesn't like Barry Bonds though?
Fucking Barry Bonds, man. Like that motherfucker. Listen, you can say what you want about him with the whole thing that went down. Before
Hmm.
all that, when you look at before all that shit started happening, he was still cracking shit out the park. Like Barry Bonds was a hitter, man.
And Rowdy Too Fast is saying he's a Rays fan. Nice.
That's cool. You know what I mean? You can
Tampa
have
Bay
listen,
Rays.
and then you know this. Then you know this. You can have those regular season games. Come playoff time is when it's going to count. You know what I mean?
I'm a
So
Florida
we'll see.
Marlins
But I
fan.
will say this: the Rays got a good team. Yeah, right
Yeah, they do.
now, the AL East, like our division, what we got: Yankees, Rays, and the Orioles, all like above 15 games, 500. Like
Mhm.
our division is stacked right now. We got some competition.
I'm
You
a
know what I
huge
mean? But
I'm a huge Marlins fan.
I remember
But
when the
they suck
Marlins.
right now.
I remember
they
when the
haven't they
Marlins
haven't
beat
won
us
a
in the
World
World
Series
Series.
since 2003.
Yep, I remember that because they beat the Yankees. Yeah,
And they traded all my
but you know
players
what?
after that. They traded all
You
my
want to know
players
why?
after that and I got mad. What?
You want to know why I wasn't mad about them beating us? Because Pudge Rodriguez got his ring.
Hmm.
I always was a fan of Pudge Rodriguez
And
when
then
he played for the Rangers and when he went to the Marlins.
you know who my favorite player was on at the time when they traded him? Dontrell Willis. They
Hmm.
traded him.
Man, Dontrell, in his first couple years, he was that dude. But this is what a lot of people don't understand, especially nowadays about pitching, is that it's so hard to pitch 100+ pitches a game unless you go through an injury. It's
Hmm.
it's it's crazy. Like it's sad because there's some great pitchers out there, but they don't last long like they used to anymore because of the injuries.
Right. Well, he used to be like in the 90s, yeah. Like later 90s, he was like one of the only pitchers that was like left-handed, so
Hmm.
and he was really good.
Yep. Late '90s, early 2000s. Yep.
Uh Max is saying no love for Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
Oh no, they were great hitters too. You know what I mean? Definitely great hitters. I just like Barry Bonds more. The way I look at it is like this: McGuire and Sosa were great, fantastic long ball home run hitters. Barry Bonds, all around, even before he blew up and they said he did what he did, and all of them did what they did with the whole steroid, whatever you want to talk about, all that shit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Before all that, Barry Bonds was a better overall hitter than both of them because Barry Bonds can get you doubles, he can get you triples, singles,
Hmm.
and home runs. McGuire and Sosa, they could hit the long ball, but they wasn't good at really getting you anything else but a home run.
Right. Exactly.
Like
I mean, like,
Barry could do it all, and not to mention in his prime, Barry was one of the best base stealers of all. Like in his
yeah.
prime, he was one of the best base stealers.
Hmm. I also really like Jackie Robinson and Babe Ruth
Yep.
and stuff like that too.
Pedro Martinez, even though he
Hmm.
played for the Red Sox, I like Pedro.
Right.
Mm.
Yep, exactly. And
Cal
then
Ripken,
I
Cal
also
Ripken,
went
can't forget about Cal.
I also went to I also went to high school with one of the players. I went to high school, middle school, and elementary school, and he was a pitcher for the Marlins for a little while. Then he went. His name's Chris Volstead. And then he went to the AA team because he wasn't doing so well. And also, when he was playing for the Marlins, a fight broke out, and he was part of the fight.
Oh, yeah, that happens from time to time.
That's
I
why I
ain't gonna
like
lie, I love
hockey
it when they brawl.
because I like to see the fights.
But I'll tell you this real quick, and this is no bullshit. You guys can even look it up. You know what I mean? If you don't believe me. But NFL Hall of Famer Chris Dolman is from my city. We actually have a street dedicated to him as well as he was one of my teachers at York High when he came back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like it's crazy. He's like big too. He's like 6'7", 6'8". Like 300, like they look so much smaller on the TV screen when they get in front of you.
Mhm.
It's surreal.
That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right,
hell yeah.
guys, we need to get off here. We've
We're
been on for 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I didn't expect
I
us to push this long. I'm not gonna lie, but I was digging it.
I didn't either. Um, but no, I have to get a good
You
night's
gotta get some
sleep.
rest.
I
Yeah,
just
you
realized
gotta
it's
get some rest, Katie.
12:30.
Yeah,
Um,
that's understandable.
what?
That's understandable. You gotta get some rest.
I mean,
You
like my
gotta go.
surgery's not until 2:30 p.m., but I still need to get a little bit of rest because
Yeah,
last
you
night,
want to get some sleep. Like that's understandable, and we like
because I
we're
don't
going
even
for
think
3 hours.
I don't even know if tomorrow night I'm gonna be sleeping anyway. We'll see.
Right.
I might be texting you, Marcus. What are you up to?
Hey, I'll be up. I
Yeah, but you
got
don't
stuff to
answer
do.
sometimes though.
I know. You know, I don't have my notifications from my Instagram set to my phone. I got to set it up.
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah, because
guys.
I know when anybody hits me up because I don't have it set right now.
Hey, hey, Kyle. We're about ready to get off. If you want to watch the replay, or you can message me if you
What's
want.
up, Flat?
Um, but thank you all for coming, Marcus. Thank you for coming on and talking for like 3 hours nonsense.
Hell, absolutely, anytime, Katie. And like I said, just you know what I mean. Rest up, and whenever you can come back and do some content, we're waiting for you.
Mhm. And thank you guys for all the likes we're at. Like when I last looked, it was 31 likes. So thank you everybody for coming and liking the stream. And don't forget when it goes to replay mode, come go comment in the section below. I'm sure Marcus and I will talk to you there if you guys have any questions for us or just want to chat about anything really.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
down. I'll pull it up on my phone right now.
are you doing anything on your channel this week?
I am having a live stream tomorrow. I was like deciding whether I should do it during the day or the night, and I think I'm gonna do it more towards the day, maybe like early. I want to say like 11:30, 12 o'clock.
All right,
So
I'll
that
be
is.
there.
I just have to set it up, but that is happening. I will leave a notification in the community tab. Um, I am going to have another live stream coming Thursday. That is going to be more of an evening. And then I'll be back on early Friday morning or whatnot. And then Sunday, as you are well aware, I'm going to be setting up for my birthday live stream. Being that on the 19th and the 20th, I won't be posting much of anything. I'll try to get some shorts out there, stuff like that. But I'm going to North Carolina on the 19th and the 20th to go see my best friend to celebrate my birthday and stuff. So, but yeah, I do have a Leprechaun video that's on ice right now. Like it's like done, but I haven't published it yet because I've been so enamored with Twin Peaks. That is also going to end up happening. Me and Jamie Hart are going to get together for a stream talking about that. So, yeah, just got some things coming up, and I'm excited to get to it.
And I'll see you guys sometime next week. I'm not sure when, because I also go back to work on Monday. So we will find out. Just look for if I post something or whatever, or maybe I'll have some polls up while I'm resting or whatever. But thank you guys for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you all. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Great night, everybody.